I'm out in the water, come jump right in, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, where I learned to swim, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, come jump right in, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, come jump right in, we going farther than we ever been. We're recording. I saw the time ticking.
Hi, welcome to the Ocean Waves podcast, Calvin, where you meet all of us.
I was gonna say, feels awfully
Echo way.
Oh, now we're actually live.
Oh, hello. Didn't see you guys there.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Indigo Ryan, the Navigator, coming to you live, episode 24, Ocean Waves. 6 months officially.
24.
6 months.
Well, you skipped some weeks, and I did a bunch in a week, but we've been doing the podcast for 6 months.
6 whole months.
Yep. So in the next
Makes
month,
you think back.
we're at 15 now, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 34. So probably gonna be like a month and a half before we catch up. As far as I'm gonna probably put 2 out a week. That way they don't just all flood out. Just whoever's the 30 people that average at the end of time so far that will watch it. I don't want to bombard with too many where they'll feel like I want to be just watching the new one. You know? So.
Respect.
Yep.
Shout out to the 30.
Yep.
Comment below if you're one of the 30.
Yeah, no new comments.
If you're new, fight for
No new
first
comments.
100.
Granted, they've only been out for a little bit. Today's the one that's only been out for a few hours, but no new comments to. So that segment is nothing this week, but
Still need it.
eventually it'll be a good segment, I think.
Somebody
So-
send us an air cannon.
Facts.
That's the goal, right?
So, my name is Dwin, the kin. Didn't introduce myself. Waiting on Calvin to say his name fully. Still.
Oh, non-Calvino side, huh?
Uh-huh.
Done.
Still didn't say it fully.
Well, what's going on, guys? What's going on with you?
Got hit by a teenager.
Oh, yeah. You want to discuss that a little bit?
Yeah.
Don't have to go too much into detail, but.
Yeah, basically, in the place where I grew up, I don't live there anymore, but where I grew up, there is golf carts, right? And teenagers drive around on golf carts, and they're crazy. And I remember, because I was a teenager once, and I did the same thing.
Are the teenagers crazy or are the golf carts crazy?
Both.
But I was 20 and I was whipping on those things. 23, I was flying.
Yeah, but people be driving crazy on them, because there's like hundreds of miles of golf cart pass, you know what I'm saying? And so anyways, I'm taking Calvin to the bank.
Yeah, so I can pay my stupid speeding ticket. The first one.
Oh, look at you, breaking the law.
I had a second one.
Well, how fast are you going?
On the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but neither of them, they clocked me. They didn't clock me on either of them. But both of them, because the first one said left lane and I was in the right lane. I was probably going like 10 over. But he was like, oh, I clocked you going 16 over. Because the person on my left had just passed me. So I was like, all right, you definitely scanned him, but I was going slower, so I got pulled over. And so that sucked. And then they screwed me over on that one too, because I paid it online, and then they like took the funds, sent them back to me. Online, it was like, does not need to appear in court, does not need to pay anything, everything's handled. And then I get a letter saying, "Oh, we're about to take your license if you don't pay this plus the late fee." And I'm like, calling around, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got a new system. Sorry."
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, we got a new system to screw you over.
Got this next one on the interstate. And he was like, "Oh, you're going, what do you say, 22 over?" Clocked me on 87 and a 65. And I had just gotten passed by Audi. So I was like, really? Twice? I get passed. And then it's also like, let's be real, 20 over on the interstate in the left lane, even if I was.
That's pretty fast.
I mean,
like that's like, were you in the 70 or in the 65?
I was in 65.
Okay. The 70, that's like 90. That's pretty fast, 90 miles.
I mean, yeah.
Like I'm not really passing 80.
But because I had my cruise control set to 80. I was vibing on my way to work. Audi freaking passed me, and I knew, like, and it pissed me off too, because when I first saw the lights, I thought he was gonna catch the Audi, because the Audi cut me off getting back, and it was empty. Like, it's not like there's a whole bunch of cars on the road either. And so I'm like, you had space to not cut me off, but you did it anyway. And I see the lights on, I'm like, ooh, go get him. And then I get pulled over.
X. I've never gotten a speeding ticket. I've gotten pulled over for speeding twice. Both got warnings both times, but the one time I was going to get a job at the beach, and I got a ticket for not having my headlights on in the rain with the windshield wipers. I didn't know that was a law, but now I do. Then I've gotten parking tickets.
I was so mad I didn't get a warning for the first one, because he pulls me over. I was like, dude, because he pulls me in behind a bank, and I was like, "Sir, can I please go inside this bank? I am literally about to piss myself." Because I was leaving work, and it was like not even a 10-minute drive down the same road I lived on, and not even a 10-minute drive. I was just so beat about it, because I come out the bank, and he's like, "Oh, I filled everything else out. Just need your ID." And I'm just like, motherfucker. Like, are you serious right now? He's like, "Oh, I put it at 14 instead of 16. Do you a favor." If you weren't a cop, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
But so we were on the way to pay that first one.
Alright, so we were on the way. Bust a left turn, right? This golf cart comes flying through the stop sign. And, like, I see him, but, like, it's too late at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I have to, like, swerve around him. And, like, he just, like, hits right into, like, my rear end of my car. And I'm, like, so fumed at this point. I was telling Ryan earlier, you missed the story. But I'm retelling it now for them. Basically, this teenager hit my car, right? And
Today?
This is, Monday or something like that?
Oh, my God. It wasn't too long ago. It might have been last week.
It might have been last week. But it was after the podcast last week, because I feel like I would have talked about it.
Sure.
Anyways, that happens. And so I'm, like, yelling at this teenager for, like, 30 seconds to a minute. And, get back in my car, and, like, that's it. That's all I do. But I was, like, so heated. And I was even heated after the fact, because I was talking about it to Cal, and I was just like, man, I should have, like,
Did you let him
yelled
shut
at
up
him more.
about
Yeah,
it?
just
Yeah, you
let
let
him
him
go.
go.
Which is dope.
Well,
It
Eddie's
was
car is
weird.
already fucked up. Like, it's not like Eddie's got a pristine,
And
whip. Like,
the
it's already...
kid also hit where Eddie's car is fucked up. So it's like, if you did do damage, how the fuck would
You could have been like... You could have been
You
like...
could have caught that new body.
Yeah, facts. But at the same time, what would that bring in the future?
Right.
You know, he got to save a kid from... Or give the kid a chance to learn...
Insurance.
The kid gets a chance to learn a lesson without paying for it.
It was...
And whether he learns it or not up to us. But Eddie gave him the chance
Basically, I
to
just
get
said,
away.
you need to slow down. You need to make sure you're looking. You gotta stop at stop signs.
Yeah. You could die.
Also,
like, you're on a
no,
golf
that's
cart
what I was
versus
gonna
a
say.
car.
To give Eddie his due diligence, he saved that kid's life. Because, like, I was sitting there watching it happen, because I was in the middle of talking, and I'm watching it happen, and I just start screaming in the middle of my, word. Because I was just like, holy crap, like, we're about to wreck this kid. And then he slams on the brakes and swerves around him, lets him get hit instead of hitting him. And I was just like, eesh. Like, it was wild. But it was kind of funny from my perspective. Because, like, boom. Eddie gets out the car. He's fussing at the kid. I rolled it down. And where we are, it's like a shopping plaza. It's the start of a shopping plaza. And there were these Hispanic dudes. And the teenager was Hispanic. And there's these Hispanic dudes up on the roof in front of one of the shopping plaza working on the sign for the place, for the bookstore. And I rolled down my window and I just start screaming at them in Spanish. And I was just like, you need to tell him to be careful. And they start losing their So I'm laughing with these Hispanic dudes while in this like 30 seconds to a minute.
Get him, gringo.
While Eddie's chewing this kid out. And it was just such a moment. Like, it was such a moment in time.
That's geek.
And then we went and paid for his speeding ticket.
Damn.
That's
yeah,
whack.
That's funny. It was funny. It wasn't funny, but it was
What,
funny.
you gonna make the kid pay?
No.
Everything he's got?
Depends on. It depends on the
Give
kid,
me
really.
hush money.
Yeah.
Depends on the kid.
I mean, technically, if it hit the spot that your car's already fucked up, you could, like, claim that. That happened to me one time. Like, I, like, nudged this guy, and then he tried to claim, like, that. Like, the lady tried to claim that I had done that, too. And I was like, I literally, you can see where I hit you, and this is not where I hit you. You're trying to claim or whatever. So I was like, and you're a 16, 17-year-old kid. You know what I mean? Like, and then some person is going to try to.
What was the kid's name?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
I would ask his name. What the fuck's your name? Young buck.
That's crazy.
I don't know. It depends on the kid. If the kid seemed like an asshole,
He looked so scared.
then I would have been like, I don't give a fuck.
Well,
but if he
hopefully-
seemed like a nice kid, I'd be like,
Man, if
alright.
He looked so scared.
if he realizes that he almost died, that's like a.
Also that he was about to get in so much trouble.
Yeah. And then you get let off. Now it's like, oh my gosh. So
shit,
it's like,
dude.
you either learn or there's going to be another moment where something's going to happen. He's going to get fucked. And
And
there's
he's
not
gonna
going to be
deserve
Eddie
it.
there to save the day for
And
him.
he'll deserve it.
And maybe that person won't swerve out the way. Maybe they'll just drill him. You know what I mean? So,
Hopefully not.
We had a friend like
hopefully
that.
not.
We had a friend in high school that got hit by 2 cars. Because there is a way to cross on one of the golf cart paths where we grew up. There's a way to cross through a tunnel using the golf cart path. But he takes the like crosswalk on the road on this
I know
busy
what you're
ass
talking about.
intersection.
That don't even make no sense.
Jaywalks when he's not supposed to cross. Gets hit by a car going one way that hits him into a car going the other way.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
like I was hella beat about it. And then within the first week of him coming back to school, me and him are walking to the Chick-fil-A, and I go to take the tunnel. I look over and he's like, "Nah, let's just take across the street, like the same fucking place." I was just like, "This guy, bro," but I thought it was funny. So we started going, and literally while he's looking at me, talking to me, he starts walking in the road, and I pulled him out of the way. And then, like, he wasn't close enough to get hit or anything because the person saw him and slowed down. I was just like, dude, how do you not fucking learn your lesson after getting hit by 2 cars?
I don't even know how you get. If you're not drunk or a kid, I don't even know how you get hit by 1 car. Like, period. I've never even come close.
I have.
As a kid once.
What about
There are
the
definitely
skateboard?
scenarios.
Okay, that was different. I did
That's
get
the
hit
only
by a
way. That's the
car.
only one I can think
Okay,
of. though.
I'll tell you the skateboard story because this one's actually not my. I guess okay, that makes sense. It's not my fault though. And I was in Towson, and it's this big ass hill, and there's like a crosswalk, and people are crossing the crosswalk, and I was like, at this point in time, I was like, I skateboard like a decent amount, and I was always trying to. If you like skateboard, you're always trying to push your limit. So I was like trying to push my limit. And there's this big ass hill, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bomb this hill." So I'm like, and nobody went that high up. Like everyone started like somewhere up there, but I went all the way to the top of the hill because you could start like halfway. There's like this halfway point, and I'm hitting the hill, and everything's fine, right? People are crossing the crosswalk. There's hella cars backed up. They're stopped. People are crossing the crosswalk. I'm fine. Like the people are walking. I'm like, I'm looking at it. Okay, I don't need to move because based on where I'm going, I'm not gonna hit anybody. No one's gonna hit me. It's all good. A dude on the crosswalk turns, like as he's walking. If he would have kept walking, it would have been fine. I would have went right behind him, like 6 feet behind him. It would have been fine. Like it was space. But he turns, sees me, and freezes. He sees me coming and he freezes. So now I'm like, I'm waiting for him to move, and he doesn't move. So now I have to swerve out the way, and I don't even know why this car had any business going. The car starts to go as like he's walking. So he's like here, he's walking across, he freezes here, I'm coming down. The car starts to go, I had to swerve, and then I got hit by the car. Because I had to swerve around the kid. And the kid was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's all good. I was like, you fucking asshole, you could have moved out the way. No, I was like, it's all good, man.
Imagine providing a visual or illustration for neither the visual or the audio listener. Because as you were doing it, I looked and I was like, the mic stand's definitely blocking your hands.
Well, you could hear.
As you're here. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, and then my board, I was like, I got up and I was fine, but I was looking for my board. And the lady in the car who hit me was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And she starts to drive off. And my board is under her car, like under the wheel, and it's like scraping. And I'm like, stop. And then I get my board back. And then I get back on it. No, and I look over, and it's like hell people at the bus stop, like 30 people, and everyone's laughing. Like they're all like either like this or laughing. They're like, oh, what the fuck? And in that moment, I was like, the only thing I can do here to salvage this is just get back on. So I got right back on and just kept riding like nothing happened. So like everyone just watched me get hit by a car. And then just keep riding. And I was like, that was the G movie. That was the only thing I could do there.
Facts.
So I guess I do understand why people got hit. But that was, I mean, it's kind of my fault for being there. But also, like, bro, like, I'm coming down the hill. Get out the way. Like, why would you stand there? Like, what did you think would be accomplished? Like, oh, car's coming. Stand here. Like, what?
It's the middle of the crosswalk that throws me for a loop.
So keep walking.
Because I can understand, like, seeing the skateboarder and being like, all right, I don't want to screw him up. Like, I don't want to get hit. I don't want to hit him. So let me just not move. But you're in the middle of a crosswalk.
Yeah, move out the road, bro.
You don't have the liberty to not move.
Let me figure out what I'm doing. You figure out what you're doing. And we all be good. Problem is he didn't figure out what he was doing. Mm-hmm. I had to figure out. But then the lady shouldn't have gone technically because there's still people in the crosswalk. Like she shouldn't have drove. Because you're not supposed to. You have to wait till it's clear. Doesn't matter if they're one step away. You have to wait till it's clear. So she shouldn't have drove either. So they both fucked up. And I fucked up just by, I'm just existing in this area. I should have went somewhere else.
Yeah.
But
you know something I was thinking about the other day? Like, it's kind of on topic because it's like, think about like a house, right? Like I was watching Gravity Falls, right? And spoiler alerts for anyone, and no one here's gonna watch Gravity Falls, right?
I watched it when it first came out.
All right, word. So like at the very end, right? Spoiler alerts. They make the house into like a big mecha monster or big mecha like robot thing, right? And like it's like breaking down like on Bill, right? It's beating up on Bill. But the reason why I bring that up is because like when I was watching that earlier today, I was really thinking about like Lego robotics, right? If they like had like giant Lego robotics, that's basically what that would be. It's like big giant robots beating each other, like beating up on each other. And so like think about like how like somebody could do that and build something like that to break down, like just like walk over the earth, you know what I'm saying, try to take over the earth or something like that. It's just a thought process I had.
Like a big Lego.
A big Lego, just walking.
The world's biggest nerd.
Basically, yeah, Transformers.
It technically could all be, it's all possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But could you gather enough? Legos are expensive. You'd have to be a billionaire. You'd better off be just using military grade shit at that point, because the Legos are already so expensive.
Like nanotechnology.
Yeah, you probably best invest in some nano.
I'm gonna have to make a
be cheaper than
spoiler
Legos.
alert screen now.
Facts.
The second you said it, I was like, crap.
Spoiler
But
alert.
then I thought back to Ryan talking about that. Like, by the time this one gets posted, I'll have enough time to
It's
make
gonna
that
be like a month
too.
and a half by the time this one comes out.
Because I'm probably going to have
Look, then by then it
technical
will be
difficulties
back to
this
caught up
weekend.
and time will go on.
Yep.
So, okay, episode 24. Welcome.
This is 24?
Jocelyn, welcome to episode 24.
The magic. I should have had something prepared. I'm pretty sure in some episode I was like, ooh, 24, I'll do something.
So,
That's
what
what
I'm
I think about
hearing...
17.
You gotta think
What
about
happened?
Eddie dropped the ball on 17. Jason dropped the ball on 24. 30 is my number. So
Well,
I
hold
will
on.
drop
the-
the ball on
We're
30.
still in 24. I didn't drop anything.
The clock is still going. You have time to shoot.
I didn't necessarily
Figure
drop
something
the
out.
ball. I felt like, you know, I
I didn't necessarily.
I just don't remember what I was going to initially do.
The ball was in my hands. It's now on the ground. That doesn't mean I necessarily
mean I
dropped
dropped
it.
I could have bounced it and just not decided to keep bouncing it.
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna say next time.
Yeah,
I drop
Robin
something.
tomorrow.
I'll be like, nah, I was just seeing if it dribbled.
So what's up? What's up with you, Jason?
I ordered a new phone case and
Okay.
it says delivered, but maybe it's in the mailbox.
Yeah, it's probably in the mailbox.
I actually ordered this one that
Oh, that's
you can put
crazy.
a card in the back of it.
That's crazy because I
Oh, nice.
found this random package
Damn.
Oh, is it one in there?
on your
Well,
your porch.
I got
and
one.
I got a new phone case for my phone.
Oh, lit, because I found this package for your wife and it has 2 hair dryers in it. So
Yeah.
I mean, I can keep
Oh,
those and we can
that's
call
a-
it spades.
It's a fun story, Bree got hacked. A
Mhm.
little bit of identity crisis there because it's been happening, and I kept trying to tell her. Because it started happening on like streaming platforms first,
Mm.
and it was funny. Well, not funny, but funny because
So you're gonna rock the? That's sick, dude. That's a nice case.
Yeah.
they kept changing the language on our accounts to Portuguese. Like they'd just pick an account, and, like take it over pretty much.
Mm.
Damn.
And then no matter how many times I switch the password, they just keep like sending reset. And I don't know how they were doing it, but I think they would send enough to like change it different instead of actually clicking the reset password link,
Mm.
because it would because her email, one of her emails signed in on my phone.
Was it
so
the
I'd
email that
also
got
see it.
hacked?
Well, I don't think so, because they weren't ever able to do the forgot password. I think they just sent it enough to like contact support or something, you know, and find a workaround. But they were doing it on pretty much any streaming platform we had on that email of hers, and like we just kept noticing it. And when they would take over an account, they change it to pobre, however you say it, but in Spanish it's poor. And like the language would be set to Portuguese, and so I was just like, but it was one of those things where I'm like, I almost want to give it to you, but it's also
I don't know.
like,
Hell no.
you have
Well, I'm not trying to pay double for fucking.
you
Yeah.
obviously have the email, but it's also however you're doing it. It's not like Netflix's. Oh, you can't share.
But I don't understand why they bought 2 hair dryers
I don't know either.
and then they sent them to your old house.
Maybe that was an accident. They meant to send it to them.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but
Sent
yeah,
to
they
your house and
hacked
then.
her.
So what? So she got her money back?
Hacked her Target.com. Yeah, she did.
So they're just free?
So free.
Yeah, because
So
and
nice.
Oh, lit.
because they basically sent that email. I was like, oh, you can keep
Selling to.
keep it.
Yeah,
This
too.
I'll list them. I'll get it some money if you want.
um,
Unless you want the hair dryers.
but it was,
Well, Bree said give one to Keita and.
Yeah, but did Bree know my offer of selling them and making us some money? Like,
they're good hair dryers too.
they probably
Keto
are.
would probably want to keep it.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Fortunately, I'm on your wave, bro. Like,
So,
but I also don't need a hair dryer, so I can't really talk.
true. I don't need a hair dryer. I'm natural.
It's one of the like. I'm pretty sure it's the like Dyson Airwrap like that. The
Don't try to
fancy-
upsell it right now.
No, I'm serious. I don't
That's a
know
good one.
though. But
I don't know anything
This
about it, but it's got
podcast
360
sponsored by
mechanisms.
Dyson Airwrap.
Sponsored by.
Sponsored by Tyson Chicken Nuggets. Dino Nuggets.
Yeah, so what's up with
Calvin's
you,
If
Very
Dino
canon.
Nuggets was to try to sponsor us, what do y'all think?
I would say no.
I'd ask them if the portal opened up, would they go through it or not? And based on their answers, if we do business. If they're not willing to go through it, then we don't do business with them.
They gotta ask him if the orgy is required. Or
Yeah, is the orgy required?
Yeah.
Check the box. Yes, no, maybe.
Use your binoculars? Question mark.
I was just.
Something is really
thinking
far
about
away.
something.
How do you see it? If they don't do this, they're not real fans. And we don't do business with
Eddie's out
them.
here watching the orgy with the binoculars.
What's up? You said what's up with them?
Hashtag
Yeah, I started by
voyeurism.
asking them what's up with them. So what's up with you, dude?
I don't know, man. I'm on my last 2 days of work before I
Nice.
got time off,
Yeah.
which is lit. Be at home, chilling.
Very nice, very nice.
Gotta build the crib. I'll do that Sunday morning, maybe.
Sunday morning building crib.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm just excited to be home. Feels like summer break. You know, like at the end of a school year.
Summer.
You're like, oh, school's almost over. I got 2 days left. That's how it feels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm tired though. Worked all day today.
I'm definitely not 2 days away from
No.
stopping work at all.
Right.
But I've been grinding it
Oh,
out
yeah.
for like 6 months straight
That's
now.
what's up.
365 times.
I'm ready to just have some time to relax.
Vibe out.
That's kind of how I felt during Christmas. We had that nice little 2-week break.
1825.
Yeah.
Huh?
1825 days away from taking time off. It's 5 years.
1800. That's a lot. It's like
That's a
6
lot of
years.
days.
5.
Why 5 years?
Because I said what's 365 times 5, and then I did.
But why 5?
Because I was just, when he was like, probably, or way more than 2 days, I was saying,
He's thinking 5 years?
I'm 1,800
No.
days
Nope.
away from
It's
it.
gonna be sometime.
How many
soon.
minutes are in a day?
1 million.
3,600? Yeah.
6,025.
Yeah, isn't it that?
I was waiting for someone
Is
to
it
say
6,000?
I don't fucking know.
It's like,
Isn't it 1,000?
10 billion, 25 million, 200
1,000, 2,500, 600.
I don't remember the number. Let's remember the
600.
melody.
It's
if you
something
know the
600.
number,
6,000
That's
million,
minutes.
billion minutes.
Isn't that minutes in a
That's
year?
how long it takes for me to punch you in the face.
that was definitely the bait, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad you took it.
Remember when that was on the commercial? And then, like, the one person would be walking, singing it, and, like, someone would come out from the corner and join them. Remember that commercial?
No.
I remember.
You remember that? And they'd be, like, then at the end, it'd be a whole army of
Isn't it?
people, yeah.
10,000, 25, or
It was a lot like the J.G. Wentworth commercial.
Oh, yeah, when they all walk out. Let me find that.
125,600
Oh, no.
minutes. Yeah. So
Yeah, actually, I can't pull it up.
60
Copyrights and all that.
times 24 times 365, right?
Yeah.
525,600
500.
minutes.
No, I don't like it as much. I like my version better. 6 million, 25 million, 600 million.
Plus 144 this year.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Not 144 minutes.
Yeah, extra minutes.
There's another day.
How many minutes are in a day?
Not
Oh,
144.
yeah. Definitely not
Fuck.
100.
What plane are you on?
1,440, that's what I would say.
1,440.
That sounds better.
So an extra 1,440 minutes.
What are you gonna do with them? Got 1,440 extra
I think
minutes.
I work on that day.
29th?
Yeah,
I won't be working, thankfully.
29. Well, not for too long. I'll have time.
Mm-mm.
I'll have time to experience 29.
Yeah, I gotta finish my album.
Yeah.
In the final stages, I'll do a mix. Probably gonna have to send it in a little bit later, but we'll see.
14,400
Minutes.
10 days.
What? Like,
Minutes in 10 days.
Yeah, this has been the Ocean Waves podcast.
Brought to you by
I'm out.
math.
That burrito I got
Not to be
sucked, dude.
confused with math.
where'd you get it from?
I'm not gonna say, but it's terrible. I'm not gonna say on the camera. A free advertisement.
Food review.
You ain't paying me.
It's not advertising. It's
It was definitely a hood. It was a hood
burger.
taco for sure.
Taco.
Hoodrito.
Yeah, it
Brought
was
to you by
trash. I didn't even get what I
Burger.
ordered too.
No,
I
what
ordered
were
like 3 tacos. We got a burrito. My bad. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Not the hood bell.
And then everything I asked for, like, we don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have that. I was like, well, what do you have then? Every drink that I wanted, like, we don't have that. I was like, all right, well, what do you have then? Because I feel like there's less things you have than what you don't have. So for me just to sit here and list shit
All at,
doesn't make any sense.
all at a fish and chip shop.
It's sad. Then I feel like I wasted my money, you know?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even care. Like, if I got what I wanted, then it's fine. But, like, since I got some garbage, it's like, damn, I really just threw $20 down the drain. And the drink was trash. It was like some tea drink. They're like, oh, we have this tea. I was like, all right. Terrible.
That always disappoints me, probably more than food.
What?
Like if you're a restaurant or if you're any kind of establishment and you're like, oh yeah, this drink is one of our specialties, blah blah blah, and you're gonna charge me an arm and a leg for like a bottle of Aqua Fresca or something, and it's garbage. I'm like, bruh, like that.
Yeah.
That always irks me.
Like, does anyone
so
drink this
bad.
to taste it first before you say it's good?
Yeah, or if you like the places that have like the lemonade, the place our boss likes to go all the time, that has the lemonade. Their lemonade's not even, or their fruit juice isn't even that good. It tastes like actual fruit juice, but it's not like good fruit juice. It tastes like you threw the leftover old fruit that you had in the back.
That
So
sounds like
cider.
Blended it up.
Before it went
Yeah,
bad.
before it went bad.
Put
Hell
a
yeah.
new date on
last ditch effort. Yeah.
Oh, you know what I forgot?
Hmm.
I was gonna put some fruit out to catch the fruit flies in a cup with holes in it, so it rots and ferments overnight. Not that it would ferment in one night, but rots. And all the fruit flies go in there
Mm.
at work because I gotta go in there tomorrow. There'll be hella fruit flies.
True.
Try to combat that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Put a little vinegar in there.
I tried the vinegar. They didn't bite.
Not even apple cider.
I didn't have apple cider,
That's probably why.
probably. But what the vinegar? I'm not going to buy shit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Whatever's
you should,
already there.
but apple cider vinegar is the move.
I'll see if I don't think we have any. I don't know.
Remember Calvin Eddie trying to battle the flies all the time, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bad.
That back door just breeds them.
Yeah, I don't even know where flies spawn.
You
from.
open the back door and then fucking 100 families come in.
I swear, all those bugs. The only bugs I've ever seen be born is bees. Everything else just spawns out of a different dimension.
What, so you watched a bee like, or
That's
like on like
No, just a
video?
video.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've never seen a video of like
The
a
flies.
cockroach being born.
Seen a video of caterpillar.
But I have seen what the cockroach world
Yeah.
looks like.
Caterpillar.
So my evidence is compelled one way. Yeah, caterpillars too.
Yep.
Caterpie and Weedles. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Only that. The rest of them are all fake. It's just two. Two bugs.
Ants.
Butterflies and bees.
Maybe beetles too.
Ants.
I don't believe in ants.
You don't believe in
I
ants.
don't believe in them.
Do you know how many ants there are on this planet?
What a hot stance to take. I just don't believe in
If
them.
ants were dogs,
Prove
they'd
it,
take
they're
over
real.
the
Yeah.
world.
Prove that they're real.
If ants were dogs,
Prove it right
they
now.
would take over.
Can't prove it exactly.
Prove that you're real.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Walk around and to 10 people, it'd be like, prove me right now that ants are real. Nobody has an ant on hand to prove.
We
Nobody,
can create.
Come over to our house.
nobody can prove it.
Come over to our house. I'll show you.
But
all
right
the
now, I'm
ants.
talking about right now. Exactly.
Prove that Bree's real right now.
Bree,
Yeah.
she's not real.
Nothing.
Nothing's real except for what's going on right now.
That's definitely hot.
That's a very hot topic.
That's
right
definitely a
there.
hot cake right there.
A hot cake and
No
sausage.
sausage.
What?
If ants
Definitely
were
sausage.
dogs, they would take over the world.
No.
100%.
We would just have more war.
Ants would take over the world.
Dogs are... If ants were wolves, maybe. Not dogs.
If ants were like the size of dogs,
There are over 1
The size
trillion
of dogs.
ants on our planet. 1 trillion ants
No.
on our. Think about how big
No,
that
it's
number is.
I refuse to think about how big that number is.
It's terrifying.
10,000.
600 ants
6,000 trillion ants on standard.
under the sea. How many ants are under the sea? That's the real question.
See it?
Sea ants. Ants.
Ants, huh?
Yeah.
Is
You're
there such a
too
thing
worried
as a
about
sea ant?
ants, but
That's
I'm
a
worried about
question.
sants. Sants are far more dangerous than ants.
How many ants are in space, bro?
True, like 10. They snuck up there, dude.
Yeah, they snuck up looking for the little
Like
fucking
10.
peanut butter trail.
Yeah, true.
Homie's like, yo, I found a little apple that goes into the
Yo,
fucking rocket.
How many
Sick.
bugs do you think made it up there through the space travel and like died on the craft, but they made it all the way up?
Probably a lot of them get incinerated with heat if they were anywhere.
No,
not
they
in
made
the-
it though. They somehow made it up there.
Probably 10.
They made it as
Just-
long as they were not spotted by the.
You think they
crew.
give them little outfits if they made it that far?
No.
Yo, congratulations,
They just-
little cockroach.
They swat them. They like smash them.
little
they-
helmet on.
But then they have to figure out. But then all their guts are gonna go everywhere. So you gotta like take the gloves off. Or eat it.
You gotta take a bite. That's all you can do.
You just see a little
Shoot
ant
it
eye
out
just-
the waist dump.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to sleep if I knew one ant leg was floating around somewhere. I know it's somewhere. I wouldn't be able to sleep, dude.
It's still moving.
Yeah, it's still
You're sleeping
wiggling.
and it just touches you.
Wiggles up your nose. Next thing you know, it's a nose hair. You can't tell the difference. You're in space.
I feel like you really tell the difference between the ant leg and the nose
Would
hair.
you
don't think
rather
so?
be?
No way.
Would you rather be on a boat
I feel like
with a tiger or in a rocket ship?
Or on a
with
tiger in a boat. On a rocket ship with a tiger?
rocket ship because the tiger won't have like ground mobility.
But it's in a spacesuit.
Yeah, it's in its spacesuit, but it's gonna.
Yeah,
it's not
it's a
gonna.
spacesuit. Because if it pulls its claws out, it'll puncture its suit and it'll kill itself.
Yeah, and also it's not gonna understand what's going on. You as a human being will know that there's gonna be no gravity or whatever. You'll be able to like prepare in some.
It'll be spazzing out.
But it's gonna be like, what the hell? But on ground, like 1-on-1.
But in a boat.
Oh yeah, in a boat.
Did you watch the Life of Pi?
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm asking.
He would still fuck you up, dude. Or you have to flip him in, and then row away.
Well, question is, what are you gonna do after?
You could still like.
Even if you beat this tiger in space, and you gotta figure out how to get back, you have a better
Just
chance.
jump out of the ship.
No,
And
Jump out of the ship.
and
No.
descend down.
no, it's too many ants.
Too many ants.
Too many ants in
Just
the way.
start throwing ants that way, so you push into.
How many? Do you
Earth's
think all the
gravity.
ants could stack up and just breach into space and like
Probably,
reach
with
the
the
moon,
trillion?
maybe? Like,
Well,
with
how
it-
big are they? I don't know how tall like the Earth is. They
Ants
say.
get pretty big, 3 feet.
What if they didn't exist?
And they're not 3 feet.
They don't exist. I was just saying. If they
If they did.
The ones that if
They're
they
not
did
3
exist, they
feet.
could be 3
I'm talking about
feet.
Saints,
like
dude.
an inch.
I'm talking about saints. You don't know what saints
Yeah,
are?
prove me that saints are real right now.
I'm like, I'll show you. I keep one on me at all times in case anyone asks me this question.
Tell me that stance.
What are you gonna put on? Try to pretend that that's a
Look,
saint.
this code. Take this code. Look, 2. You ready? Got it.
Mhm.
2,
What's your
20.
fortune lucky numbers? on
Excuse
your
me.
fortune cookie?
Excuse me.
Yeah, imagine
2, 20.
lucky numbers, bro.
Right.
32. It can be everyone's. 36, 37, and 44. You take that code. Go to a locker in Grand Station. Locker 42. Type it in. Find at least 7 saints in there.
And now your target account is hacked.
What is that?
So now your target account is hacked once you typed in that code.
Oh yeah, it's like.
And you got 2 hair dryers on the
Yo,
way
actually, that's
to
kind
your
of
old house.
a smart, not a smart, but kind of smart thing. If you have like a passcode as like the numbers of a fortune cookie, but you keep the numbers on you. So like whatever your I don't know, it's pretty dumb, but it's it's like smart at the same time because you just like mock passcode. It's this fortune cookie. You write on it, and then instead of having a book of passwords, you just have little fortune cookies.
You have to look through them all.
And where's Facebook?
Distinguish
yeah.
them by the folds you make on them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There's a little crinkle in this top.
And you just
right
tie them
corner.
around a pigeon's legs, and they just fly around.
You nut on one, and that's your that's your porn one.
And then when you need
Your
him, you go,
Pornhub's
woo, Facebook, and he flies to you. And you pet him, and you give him a little breadcrumb, and he goes on his way.
Sounds like you're going through a lot of breadcrumbs.
Never hack
Cleaning up a
again.
lot of shit.
Yeah. Got rid of the ant problem, though.
I think
What
you have a
a-
worse hair problem.
What do you say?
You have a worse hair problem. All the breadcrumbs that the birds leave on the ground.
No. Because the ants come and pick it up.
Do you like it?
They work together.
Ants do work
So-
together. That is true.
So a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
You know what someone tried to tell me today?
What?
Tried to tell me that panda bears are carnivorous.
Would you be willing to get
wouldn't
in a
know
cage
either,
with
I
a
think.
panda bear?
A panda bear?
Yeah.
Probably.
Still a bear.
Really?
Probably, yeah.
Get into a cage with them?
In a cage.
How big is the cage?
Is it
8 by 8
Is it like
by 8.
a wild panda bear that's never seen humans before?
I don't know. Yeah, that would be the best bet, right? Because would you get like if you had to choose like if you could get in a cage, it's an 8 by 8 by 8 cage with an ant, would you do it for $10?
With an ant?
There's an ant over there.
I'm probably in one with them right now. There's probably an ant here.
So then there you go. But then what if it was like you here getting an 8 by 8 cage with a panda bear for $10?
Probably
Yeah,
not.
$10.
What if it was a panda bear's worth of an ant?
That's a lot of ants, though.
That's a lot of ants.
Is there a bar that I can hold on to?
Dude, ants can climb.
Yeah, but
That's why, like, ants are f***ing terrifying for me. They have super strength. They can
No.
cling the wall. Ants are Spider-Man.
they're not real though.
Then why wasn't he Spider Ant?
True. Why wasn't he Spider-Man?
There's an Ant-Man Calvin and there's a Spider-Man. There is a difference.
What do you?
Well, we're missing Spider-Ant. You know what I'm saying? Where's he at?
Ant-Man.
Why is it? I never.
And we're missing Man.
Oh, yeah, he like.
Where's Man, bro?
Man and Spider-Ant.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I never understood why he's Ant-Man because like if your whole thing is molecular,
because he gets really
shrinking,
small.
and you can go down to
Size of an
molecules. Why isn't he like Atom Man? Because it's not like he can go down to the size.
He could just be
It's
Adam.
not like he's capped out at the size of an ant.
Adam.
What gets big and small? Penis Man.
Erection
Penis
man.
Why not Penis Man?
Yeah, why not Penis Man?
Because why wouldn't it be Dick Man?
Because penis get bigger and smaller.
What about Side Dick? Did you
Dick
pick that
Man.
earlier?
Yeah, that was on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, Psyduck, and then I looked at the costume and it was like a dark yellow.
Yeah, it was like orange.
And the beak was messed up. I was like, that's Side Dick. That ain't Psyduck right there. Yeah.
I was just thinking to myself, I was like, I could like act super confused during the video if I was Psyduck though. And
Did you guys see my suggestions?
Yeah, Eddie's not happy about it.
I was wondering
Charizard.
how you got the Charizard.
Because you're like, oh, best bud's by my side. Got the top down, feeling free. No rain ain't stopping me. Yeah, yeah. So Charizard's feeling free. He's flying. And rain would be his enemy. So no
Charizard
rain ain't
does-
stopping me.
Charizard does do it his way, too.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
But Snorlax is also
And then
free.
Calvin starts off, I'm built different. I don't know what to say. That's Mewtwo. Built different. Period. Don't even need to go any further. And rhymes a little harder, but like, what does it say? I don't fit over for your mind's eye. Mind's eye makes it like mind reader is like a Gengar move, but just being more spiritual. Her mind's eye. What you winning for the journey or the highlights? But then Gengar's like dead, so it's like journey or the highlight. Like, what are you in it for? Like, the journey being like the whole thing, or the highlights being the moments. But to have the moments, you're reflecting upon them.
Right.
That's why I thought Gengar. How's my verse?
And you were like, I'm Shawnee, I'm Brian.
Yeah. Hold on.
Picks the
Oh, yeah.
only shiny option.
So I say, try and catch me. You should brainstorm. When you're going to catch shinies, you go into it with like I'm the sweat dripping down your cheek. I'm the meal that you ate last week. And at my peak, I'm the pinnacle. The shiny is the pinnacle. So.
Say just saw the guru.
It was the scenario. Here we go on a journey. So gifted. Shinies are the gifts.
True.
Shiny, I'm Brian. Doesn't anyone else have shiny option?
No. But did anyone else find the onesies? No. Was it anyone else's idea?
No.
No. So you get Charizard and like it.
Like I said,
You play your Charizard and
Yeah.
you like it.
any idea.
I feel like most people would be happy to get Charizard.
Any idea that results
I could have been
in a
like,
music
oh,
video.
Eddie should be Sobble.
Sobble.
Gen 8 terrible starter.
Sobble.
But I said no.
Sobble is.
Exactly.
Hey, who the fuck wants to be a sob?
Exactly. So Charizard, I feel like was the best one.
Sweet Bulbasaur.
No, nothing about your verse tells me Bulbasaur. I think it would be cool if we just do like a super rappy video with the costumes on. Like where they're like getting in the camera, like the old school where they make the fish islands and you're getting into it. Just like a super rappy style video, just with the costumes. You just make it super lit.
That'd be fire.
And at the end, I don't even know if we could do this with effects, but at the end we could just have like it could be some sort of scene where we all like turn or like whatever, and we could like drop or just get hit by something, like a Pokeball comes flying, hits us in the head, and we fall, and then we remove ourselves from the scene. At the end, it just like go, because it was kind of Bree's idea, but it goes over and it's like just Carter sitting there with the Pokeballs around him, and you could have like the Ash Ketchum suit on. So he put us all in the Pokeballs, that shit. Just I don't know, something funny.
I'm down, dude. Any idea that results in a music video, I'm down.
That's what I want to do. They're only like $35, and then you can get $18 off if we order. I don't know when it ends, but there's like a New Year's deal. So $18 off. So they're like $35 a piece, minus like $5 essentially. So essentially $32 before shipping. or 36. Was it 36 or 32? I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good deal. And then you get a Pokemon onesie for $30 after the video.
Facts.
I think it'd be fun.
I mean, I'm down. So.
I'm definitely done.
Huh.
I need to get money first.
But you don't have $32.
I'm broke.
You have $0.
I have $0.
Nothing.
Well, I haven't gotten paid yet, so $0.
You have $0.
I had negative.
Like if you needed a cheeseburger right now, you couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I could charge it to a credit card and get it.
But in your account, it's 0.
Yes.
Damn, bro.
Hurt pocket.
You guys need a job.
I have a job.
I have 4.
I need to get paid.
Well, clearly it ain't working out then, dog. 4 jobs.
Yeah.
Still broke.
I got bills.
Waiting on this one to start.
You got bills.
Y'all need to come through.
Yeah, where's our money, guys? I'm selling merch $1,000. $1,000. I'm selling ants.
Hashtag Hunger Strike starting right
Yo,
now.
I'm saying you'll get desperate enough. You'll get as desperate as I am eventually. I'm about to start selling
Okay, hold on.
ants.
If
yo.
you're gonna do the hunger strike, you have to have someone watching you sleep. Because what if a spider tries to crawl in? That would be cheating.
Then I'll eat it. And that'll be my snack.
No, you don't. You can't. Hunger strike.
Nope.
Hunger strike.
Don't know.
The spider ant tries to climb into your mouth. Like,
Speaking of
someone's got to
spiders.
rip them out.
Yeah, facts.
For spider seeing.
I honestly, I don't know. I would be down to do the hunger strike. Look, I'm actually thinking about doing a fast though, because I feel like, I mean, I move around a lot, but I've been eating a lot too. So I'm like, I feel like I need to like, and my digestion has been
You're
terrible.
looking like you're getting a little chubby.
I'm saying, my digestion,
Looking like a fat ass over there.
looking fat as fuck, yo. What the fuck happened? You should be fucking.
Ew! Oh my god!
Yeah, I was gonna
I don't
say
even
that.
let you in the same room.
No, but my digestion has been bad.
I don't weigh no 300 pounds. I weigh 165. How you doing?
Are you wearing bottoms? Well, of course I'm wearing bottoms.
Great movie. You name that movie?
Damn.
You name that movie, Calvin.
Wow.
Norbit.
Wow.
Oh, I see. I've only listened to one, but I've never actually watched it.
Have you? Are you wearing bottoms? She on the slide?
Because
I don't weigh no 300 pounds. I weigh 165. And she flies down and shoots through the.
Ling ling.
I was driving when we were watching it in the car,
Mm.
so I only listened to it.
Rex.
Gotta rewatch.
I had a
actually watch
segue,
it.
but I forgot it.
2 things. One, if y'all aren't gonna do your multi-gen locks, bring them back and we'll throw them in there. I threw mine in there because I'm not playing it,
Heard.
just so it's all together, and then we'll
I'm on
pick it up.
7,150.
You gotta get to
So I'm
odds.
1,000 odds away from odds, so some grinding.
Gotta
left
get
to
to
do.
odds.
Yep.
I want to do the shiny. I'll do a shiny. Eventually, I'll do a shiny only, probably leaf green run with Bulbasaur as a starter, and do shinies only. A shiny only Nuzlocke. Stakes are really high.
You should do shiny only Nuzlocke on Gen 2 first, then. Because you got the free Gyarados.
I tried doing that, and when I shiny hunted the starters, and I did all 3 starters in Soul Silver and Heart Gold, and then I was running through the game, and I was like, oh, I'll get the Gyarados, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna shiny hunt this Sudowoodo, and I did however many surfaces on the Sudowoodo, and I never got it. So that was like the Sudowoodo, like it's literally the wall Pokemon in the game to stop you from getting from one side to the other until you have the certain item, and that's exactly what it was for me. It stopped me from progressing in the game. But I also did it with all 3 starters. I should have just picked 1 starter, and then done it, because technically speaking, yeah, that would be the easy route. But the reason why I say Bulbasaur in Gen 3, the remakes, is because I've already got the Squirtle and the Charmander. So I just need 1 more, which I might as well finish it off
Get the Bulbasaur.
by doing the one. I always wanted to get the Mewtwo in that game too, which I haven't, and the Deoxys
Shiny.
shiny. So I want to get both of those. But the Mewtwo you have to do before the second Elite Four, and the Deoxys, so I can get both of those before the rematch, and I can go in with the rematch. And then I had to figure out just what I want to, like, where are the spots I want to shiny hunt.
Staryu, dude.
I do, but that's so hard.
Yeah, it's fishing, right?
It's fishing,
True.
and anywhere you get it, it's only 40%.
You can't surf and get it?
No, Surf is Tentacool and Slowpoke / Psyduck. That's it. in the whole game.
True.
Actually, there might be in the Icefall Cave. It might be Seal.
Yeah, no, you get yeah.
I think
And
you can
Dugong.
shelter from surfing in like 1 or 2 spots.
Yeah, Shelter is opposite to. Is Shelter opposite to Stardew?
It might be.
That might be that then. Maybe that is that. There's not that many though. Oh yeah, because you can get Gyarados surfing, I think. So there's a couple, but it's mostly just Tentacruel, Slowpoke, and Psyduck. Mostly Tentacruel.
Mostly Tentacruel. A lot of Tentacruel. A lot of Tentacruel.
Yeah, a lot of Tentacruel. Few Tentacruels, because the Tentacruels are smaller, but they're there too. Smaller encounters. So I could do that. And I think when I do it, I would want to do one soft reset one, which would be the starter. One like soft reset gift Pokemon. I also think I should do the. I want to get a legit shiny Umbreon, because I have one in Pokemon Go, but I can't really count Pokemon Go. Because I have like that Eevee event, and I have like 30 shiny Eevees.
You have 30 shiny Eevees.
I have a lot.
Yeah, whenever they do those events, dude, if you play for like the 6 hours and you just click on hundreds of Pokemon, you're gonna find.
It's
It's
only
like
an
1 in
hour.
25.
It's only an hour, or it's 2 hours or something.
No, it's like 4, isn't it? Like 3 hours. Like,
Is it?
Depends on the event.
Yeah.
See, I still have not gotten a shiny in Pokemon Go.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, you
I
gotta
got
wait
a
for one
lot.
of the Saturdays, and it'll be like one was like Oshawott.
No, it's once
for,
a month.
Like,
It's Community Day.
yeah, to me, and then they're there for like.
But it
4 hours.
ruins it. It's stupid. Like, yeah, you can get the shinies, but like Gibble. I got like my first shiny in the game was a shiny Gibble from that event. That's when I started playing. And it's like, it ruins it. Like,
However, my shiny Eevee that I got, I was like sitting at my mom's house, and I opened Pokemon Go, and there was just one Eevee, and I click on it, and I looked at Jason, I'm like, is that shiny?
yeah, Ryan didn't
Yeah.
really know about shinies at that point.
Yeah.
Looks like they have the
Nice.
Hisuian stuff in there.
So I was like, so that one, and then the Absol always sticks out to me. That was fucking lit
Yeah.
when I got that.
That one's dope. Okay, let's see if I have a shiny on screen. No. Ooh, shiny Shuckle would be dope. I don't even think. Oh, I do have a Shuckle. I'm actually gonna catch this though.
I remember at the Mexican restaurant, Calvin was like shiny, whatever. And I was like, ooh, shiny Lickitung or whatever. Right after. Then Eddie didn't get one.
I
He's
know.
Like, what
I
the
didn't get
hell?
one either.
I never have gotten the shiny, so it's obvious
Yeah,
I
just
didn't
had-
get one.
I just had it
Seriously, you
open,
gotta get your.
Ekans,
Shiny,
shiny
can I get
Ekans.
my-
Oh.
and as I clicked it, I watched Ryan look
Shiny
over, but I was looking at him, so he got super lit. I was like, "What is he so excited about?" Look down, and I got super lit. So I was fired.
Let me
'cause I
pull up
got
my
that-
It is
shinies.
always fun. Even if it's the 1 in
What was
500,
it?
it's still fun.
What was
I have
it?
269 shinies on here.
Del Caddy?
See, look, like the Axu, right? This was that hour. It was the spot. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shiny Axus. One I made the Haxorus for the event. I think I got a perfect one actually, but it's not shiny. But my last one I got, this was in Atlanta. I was like, oh, I just pulled it up just for the hell of it, and I got a shiny Snubble, which is actually a really
It's
cool
garbage.
shiny. You think it's garbage?
No, like the. Stats.
Oh, the stats are garbage. Yeah, but I think it's a really cool shiny.
Oh yeah, no, that's it.
So, but it kind of ruins it. And like, look at Shinx, right? Look how many Shinx I have. All the Shinx. So it kind of ruins it. It's like it's not fun when it's like super easy.
No, not too far off from the AR.
There's all the Gibbles.
The AR shit, not too far off.
Yeah, to the point where I can actually trade these properly and like sell them. Sell a shiny Gibble, $10 to someone. You just give them the thing. Until then, I don't. It is what it is.
I feel like shiny hunting would be huge if AR was a thing.
Dude, Pokemon in general would
Honestly,
definitely grow. another
Pokemon, what I think it needs is like a hard reset, not a soft reset. Every game they make where you can transfer your Pokemon from old shit over, it's a soft reset. You need a hard reset where, just like how they locked out, like they closed down Pokemon Bank and you can't get the old ones, the old games up there. They locked those games out. They need a hard reset on the whole thing. Like Gen 10 needs to not be compatible with anything. But they won't do that because they have so much software and stuff put into like Pokemon Home and Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home, and you can bring that into your games.
See, I feel like if they do, they could do a hard reset and still do what they're doing right now, in the sense of like, think of like Pokemon Black and White, where like throughout the game you weren't allowed to use any of the old Pokemon. They had a whole new
roster,
150 to 200 Pokemon, right? And you had to complete the whole game before you could access it. And I think you had to beat the Elite Four maybe even twice before you could access old Pokemon.
Mm.
And
I don't remember.
They're at pretty high levels too. But I could see you doing something like that.
Yeah, but then it's still, the point isn't that you play a new game with a new experience. The point is that you can't like, for example, if it was like, okay, all of us here, we have a week to get the most shinies, and whoever has the most shinies and to move to your Switch wins. I could just transfer every shiny off my Pokemon Go. And okay, yeah, I want to hunt. If the new game comes out and you want to hunt a shiny, what do I have? I have a shiny Larvitar. That's cool. And I'd love a shiny Tyranitar. Then if the new game comes out, I can just transfer this shiny Larvitar from my Pokemon Go that I got easy on a community day. I just hopped in. I did like 8 Larvitars and I found one. And I just stopped doing it because I was working. Then I could just move that Larvitar over and play my game with the shiny Larvitar, getting to Tyranitar. There's the hunt of it because of the games and the odds. And even in Sword, I think it was Sword and Shield, they had like this frozen tundra thing. And you went through this battle. And if you had all this stuff, like if you completed the Pokédex, which I did, and you had the Shining Charm and all these like things lined up and it wasn't that hard to do, then you could do the dungeon or whatever. If you beat all 4 Pokemon, the last one would be a legendary until you've beaten all the legendaries or captured all the legendaries. And it was a 1 in 100 chance that each one of those would be shiny, coming down to 1 in 25. Now, it would take you like 20 minutes to do it, and sometimes you'd fail because it was actually decently hard. But I was always doing it with, you could be 4 people. I was doing it by myself with 3 computer players. If you were doing that, us 4 right here, everyone actually using smart moves, like strategically battling, we'd beat it every time. And then you have a 1 in 25 chance. I got a shiny Mewtwo doing that. So now if I take that 1 in 25 shiny Mewtwo, now it could have been any of the legendaries, so the odds of me getting that legendary also adds in, but I got Mewtwo. But I had a 1 in 25 chance. Like, there would be times where I had 2 shinies. I had to pick between which one I wanted. Like, oh, which one do I want? Because I beat these 4 bosses, and they'd be like regular Pokemon or whatever. I can get this shiny or this shiny. Which one do I want?
Facts.
And so if I was like I said, I always wanted the shiny Mewtwo. I have a shiny Mewtwo. I didn't count it because I got that off of 1 in 25 odds. To me, that's not a real shiny. That's not a shiny. Well, 1 in 4,000 I can live with. But 1 in 500 or 1 in 20, there's no thrill. It's only the dopamine rush of getting it. That's it. And even in Pokemon Go, it's the random shinies are better. When you do the raids or the events, it doesn't mean anything. It's just the dopamine. So I think it needs a hard reset where you can't take anything over. Everything you've done doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean shit. You need a hard reset. And it's a new game, new odds. Set the odds. If it's a world game, the shiny odds can't be 1 in 500. It needs to be like 1 in 100,000. Something ridiculous. So that they actually have value.
But now we're going backward in the conversation we had about Pokemon last time we talked about Pokemon, where we were talking about how it feels like there are times, like y'all were mentioning the kid getting it for their birthday a couple of days after the event.
I'll get some in a minute.
And the event's locked down. You're basically trying to lock down that event from
What event?
all perspective. Just the event of having everything you've worked for already. Because I brought up how last time you guys were talking about like that kid that gets it a couple of days after the event ends, but he couldn't have gotten it any earlier, and they never get that.
Well, it's 2 sides to that, because on one side, if you're a kid growing up, you never had a chance, fine. But you also have, to a certain point, even if it's like this, if I'm a kid, I'm a 10-year-old, and I'm scrolling through TikTok, and it's like the Titanic shows up, right? And it's like, in the movie Titanic, and you haven't seen Titanic, you can pause right there and be like, I'm going to go watch Titanic, because I don't want a spoiler. These games are old. Like if I was to talk about a secret thing in like whatever one of these old games, and that's a spoiler for you, you could have already played it. Like it's been out for so long, so you could have already done it. And if we're being real, if you want to do like even those events, like the Switch and stuff, that's harder because it's like you can hack it, but it's actually illegal to hack the Switches. But you can go online and buy an action replay if you really wanted to do the Gen 4 and Gen 5 events for the DS or even the things, or go and buy a distribution cartridge, and you can do all the events now. But it is different from the person who did it at the time. But I still think it needs a hard reset because I have access to all that. But it doesn't mean anything.
I mean, if it goes to AR, I definitely agree that you don't need anything from the past. It's just
Yeah, because the moment it's like, oh,
you start in Pallet Town or whatever,
yeah,
or whatever town you're in,
yeah,
and you're just,
or just you put the headset on and sit on that conveyor belt where you run and it moves you, and it's a fresh game, and make the shinies like actually like a worldwide ridiculous rate. That way they actually have value. Because how much are you gonna cherish a 1 in 20 shiny Pikachu that 10 everywhere you go has it? It's just a normal Pokemon now. It's just regular. The shiny's regular. If you want to have the rarity, it has to have value. Problem is you can't make it pay to win. That's the caveat. Can't be pay to win, but you have to have rarity for people like me who like to seek out the rare collectors, as Yu-Gi-Oh would call them, the rare card collectors. You got to have some sort of rarity. If everything is worth the same, then everything is worth nothing. You know?
Once everybody's super, no one will be.
Nice.
What is that?
It's,
No,
syndrome.
It's Incredibles, but I know Jason's talking about the background noise.
That's so rude.
What was that?
That's good. It's TV, I think. Is that what you're hearing?
But it's been on the whole time. It might just now.
No. Let me go see.
Yeah, it just happened.
Well, how long have we been going for?
Well, yeah, Jason.
Let's see. If it wasn't recorded. An hour and 3 minutes.
An hour and 3 minutes. So yeah, another 10 minutes or so. It's cool. But yeah. Anything else going on with you guys?
I went to a concert.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I
Who
saw.
was it?
I saw a band called Squid. They were pretty good. They're from the UK.
True. Where'd you see him?
It's at this place called Terminal West.
Mhm.
It was in Buckhead.
Yeah.
It was pretty. It was the venue was actually lit. Cause they had like a little food area off to the side, so
True.
like you could like sit at a table while like the opening band was playing or whatever, and like get food. There's beer, and then obviously they had liquor and all that good stuff.
Well, not obviously.
Every concert I've ever gone to has alcohol and beer.
No, because I went to a couple different concerts at a brewery. So they had beer, but not alcohol.
Bird.
But this is like a venue though, so I feel like it's a little different.
6 trillion, 25 million, 20 million.
Venues.
But the opening band, like, sorry to say it, they had like a cool vibe, but like I felt. Well, I'll say this actually, just to give them justice. I didn't like them, the opening band, but I also feel like the sound crew kind of did them dirty.
Why?
Just because like I went back and listened to like what they had recorded, like on like Apple Music, right, and like it sounded way better recorded than it did live.
And it wasn't the vocals? It was the audio?
I feel like it was like the audio.
Well,
Interesting.
And I will
Well,
say,
if it's not balanced before you go, if it's not balanced like drums to whatever, then yeah, it's gonna sound.
We need to
Right.
perform. We should go perform.
a very.
How to practice.
Every time you say that, it like this evil little thing in me that's like punch him in the face.
Why, you don't
Like
know how
that
to perform?
intrusive thought. No, it's because I said it.
Well, you've been
For
saying
who?
it, yeah, but also at the same time, it's like I can say we need to start a podcast for whatever
No,
time.
because
And I
that's-
could have been like,
I
oh, like we didn't start it, whatever.
I actively started asking you guys, all right, what song would you want? Like, I will do the work to have a set list. I will do the work to have a
Will don't mean
choreography to
nothing.
go with the set list.
I
Will-
will.
I
I
asked you
will buy the
guys
podcast.
Will-
I will set up the
that
podcast.
I
Stuff.
needed-
I will
Wills are
edit
for
it
dead
for you.
people, bro.
I will do a
I
podcast
don't-
every day for a
Alright,
full week to
alright.
catch
Wills
up.
are for
I
dead
will. I will.
people.
I
Like
asked
I
you.
said-
You said you're gonna
like I
do the
said-
thing. You
like I
showed me
said-
the ideas. I said you have 1 week
what it is.
because you have 1 week at this
Is what it
point.
is.
So if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, do a set list
Is
then.
it? What
That's
is
why
it?
I
Put
never
what you
said
want
I
on
You
it.
have
let
never
it-
brought me a
I
set
never
list,
said
and
I
I've
let it
never.
tell me to
You
punch in
you have
the
never
face.
brought one, and I've never
I have
said
brought a
no.
set list up before
Really?
and even said, hey, we should all perform at Calvin's party.
I wasn't opposed.
And nobody jumped on it. So I was just like, I guess we're not
I
gonna
wasn't
do
really
it.
feeling
If we
that,
pulled the
so.
receipts,
So
I've done
that's
the-
a receipt right there.
I'm
I've
pretty sure
done
I
that.
did say, should I bring the big speakers?
I've done the little thing. I don't know. I don't really.
If we pulled the
I didn't
receipts.
really care about doing
We
anything.
performed at a party once though, and it was.
So I'm like, I'd rather go onto a stage.
I don't
and
think it would
get
have
that.
been there. It wasn't the right vibe for that.
No,
party for
there
sure.
wasn't enough. Honestly, there wasn't enough people.
Yeah.
It would have been just us standing there. We would have been half the people there. There's us half, or the other half.
The last time Jason and I, we paid to perform.
we did pay to perform, and we didn't have to, but we were told that we did. And then when we got there, we're like, "Oh, we could have just got in here. This
Mhm.
wouldn't have been a problem." So it was stupid. But really, it was the other dude trying to get us to buy tickets under his name, saying that like using his thing, so that he would get credit. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
So he
yeah,
would
yeah.
get money.
Yeah.
So really,
He's
he
here to
could have
promote
just
it.
been like, if he got like 10% of that cut, whatever we paid at $50 or whatever, he could just hit me up and be like, "Yo, give me $10." He would have made more money. It's just been straight.
True, but then you don't get the numbers though for like
Yeah, you know
what you did. Like, here, look how many people I brought. If you're the promoter,
yeah, true.
you know.
It was still cool, but it was also, yeah, I don't know. It's hard though, cause it really is like. I think we just, if we do it or when we do it, we gotta just go and we really should just go to open mics and just fuck around, just have fun and understand, try to get our rhythm and our cadence. Cause like I really don't think most people have the capacity to understand music. Most people just use their eyes and their ears barely. They hear shit, they don't listen. So if what they're hearing is nice and what they see is nice, that's what 90% of the world is as far as the experience goes.
I feel like we still need to have like some type of routine now.
I'm definitely down. I think we should do it.
Because
'Cause people keep telling me, like-
power to like unison dancing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be
I
hard.
am doing
hard
that,
sell.
No, we could
If you go look at why
For a video, dude, I was thinking about it. I was like, for a video, I would be down to do like if you watch a Disney Channel where they break out in song and dance, and you watch that scene where they do like the whole thing. Like, I'm down to like do some shit like that
That's
just
what
for
I'm
the fun of
saying.
it. But on stage, I'm not doing that. That's just whack as fuck.
Facts.
But I'm down to try it.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
down to do it for a music video. Because if we're up there
I'm
just
down to
like
do it for a music video first. I'm not saying like that.
Honestly,
necessarily.
I
What?
despise, bro. I despise, dude. Half of like a female pop star's thing is like nothing to do with the music. It's her just doing these weird fucking robotic fucking movements,
dance
and
moves.
people like whatever, like love it or whatever. But my mom, like, this is just weird. Like, all this is weird. Like, none of this feels like inviting to me. It just feels like this, like,
Also,
robotic,
I'd rather be down to do like a tribal or like Native American style dance where it's a fucking around a fire doing some like drum circle shit. I'd rather do that style dance than the weird industry bullshit. I'd rather it just be
I'm not saying
naturally.
it has to be like it can be whatever we want to make it.
Yeah, if we do something different, we do our own
I'm
thing.
just saying there's a power in unison.
Definitely. But we can choreograph a set. That doesn't mean that we have to break out into song and dance type shit. Like, it doesn't be High School Musical, but we can choreograph like, oh, at this part I move here, you move here. You know what I mean? So
It's called blocking.
What does that mean?
That's what it's called. What you're describing.
Oh,
It's called blocking.
what does that mean?
It's like a theater term. So like basically, you think about like that's our audience right there, right?
Yeah.
They're looking at us, and we want to sit somewhere and stand where they can see us at all times, basically.
Oh,
So like when you're writing out like stage that like movement, it's just called blocking.
okay. Well, yeah. So yeah, we could do it like that, and I'll be down to do that for the songs. I'm not opposed. We should start off with what we want to perform. Like, what does everybody want to perform?
I want to perform "Close the Door." That's what I want to perform.
Roll up, do we roll out, show up? That's probably like the good first song. It's about to go down. Roll up, roll up. Yeah, I'm down. That's cool for one. How many songs should we have? If we do an open mic, they generally give you like 2-3 songs.
Heard.
So, like in a row. And if it's slow, they'll give you more. So we should have like 5 ready for sure, easy. 2 that were like, these are the 2 we're doing. 1, and if we get a bonus. And then 2, like 4 or 5 as backups.
Heard.
But then if we do the same place, we got to do different songs. Can't do the same songs twice.
Means you gotta make more songs to 4 of us.
Yeah. Or just, we have to find a way to do the songs that are, if it's just me or me and Ryan, or even if you guys do something, that everyone can do the song.
Yeah.
Like, how can we orchestrate that? You could be doing the robot. So, with Calvin. Beep boop boop beep boop bop.
Get some hula dancing going.
Yo, you know what we should do?
Their neck fucking spins 180 degrees.
We should do you know that episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob thinks Mr. Krabs is a robot? What if we copied like every movement of what Mr. Krabs does, and that we make that the choreographed dance? Like everything he does, like even when he's opening the safe and stuff. And that's the dance. Beep boop boop beep boop bop.
Worried about looking to High School Musical.
I'm not worried.
No, I'm not worried about that.
No, I'm talking.
No, I would rather do High School
rather
Musical
do
than go look at what they did on
Mr.
like the
Krabs.
Grammys last week or whatever. Go look at whatever that
The
shit.
Grammys just happened?
And for years and years and for years and years and years they do all this same type of shit. I would rather do High School Musical where in it's High School Musical is inviting. It's telling you like come on this train. The people on the stage over there, they're telling you like it's like join or die, and they're just like dancing, and it's like join or die like the whole time. That's what you're getting. It's like you either know what the hell is going on or you don't, and then people are just like, yeah.
I just think I think the biggest thing is
music.
in pop music there is a confusion between music and dance because it's not even music anymore. It's like pop culture, and so it's just this one big event. Like that's like I'm not gonna say names because there's like I'll be talking to people and they'll be like, yo, did you see this performance like on YouTube, whatever? Like it's so good, and I'll watch it and I'll be like, this is trash. It's just that they have cool effects and they have 1,000 dancers that come out and do all this different stuff. And it's like they do, and there's great dancers. Like the dancing is amazing. Like can't knock it. But this is not a great musical performance. This is a great theatrical performance. And we're doing 2 different things. So when someone says, hey, they have the best performance of all time, then that's a good, or one of the greatest performances of all time. That's a good theatrical performance. But that's not a good music performance. Flatbush Zombies give a good musical performance. Foster the People give a good musical performance.
Yeah.
Kings of Leon, I think is their name. They give a good.
Killers do great.
Killers are amazing.
Tour Cinema Club.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
They give great musical performances.
I'm gonna throw Squid out there. The Squid was fire.
All right. That's who Eddie saw the other day.
Squid?
Yeah.
Who's Squid?
They're like a UK, like, it's hard to like classify them in one genre. To be honest with you,
Lit.
but like they're
Shout out
pretty
to Squid
good.
then.
Shout out to Squid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, when you said Squid, we have a little octopus stuffed animal that we call Squid. So that drew my mind. Then remember Squid from
What are you
where we
doing
used
with
to
my
work?
squids?
Oh, facts.
Yo,
yeah.
Squid actually just gave birth.
Oh, you were telling me that she was pregnant. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
she just gave birth. I don't remember if it's a boy or girl.
Best
Crazy.
of luck to her.
Yeah, shout out to Squid. All the squids in the world. Good
All
luck
the
to all the
squids.
squids. Squid
All
Game.
the squids.
Squid Game
Game.
2's coming out.
Is it?
Yeah, the second season.
You know what? I finished. Did you all watch that Squid Game where they like had the contestants come do it?
So you know the final 3,
Uh.
the redhead girl
I think so.
is like the 2 dudes and the girl.
Yeah.
That's the girl that like I'm 2 degrees of separation away from her.
Oh,
like
you know
I know
her?
that person, or I follow her on Instagram or whatever. I met her like once or twice.
You met the Squid Game girl?
Yeah, and then so I was like watching. I was like, damn, she's getting far, bro. And you don't see her.
You
on
knew
the-
her before then?
Yeah, I met her like and like between like my ex girlfriend, it was like her friend from high school. So
Oh, shit.
I met her, and then I was looking for her. I didn't see her, and then as they kept going, they finally started adding her to like the they
list.
didn't show her, even though she's in the top.
She
3.
made it really far.
Yeah,
top 3.
and that's how I feel like she did, just under the radar. She was very under the radar. Like a lot of the other guys were very like.
My favorite guy got
outgoing.
clipped.
Who was your favorite guy?
The guy with like the mullet.
Is he? They had like the squad of dudes.
Yeah, like the Gambu
And the old
gang.
dude.
Yeah.
His part. They
And when he got eliminated, he was like, "What?" Like he didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
And that I mean, I'm not gonna say what that was, but I knew what that was. I was like, I know why you did that.
Yeah, dude, that was tough though. Watching that girl not go across the bridge, like not step, and then like the tall dude had to die.
I would have pushed her ass, dude. If I was behind her, get your ass down. Cause that dude made 2. Like they agreed to only do 1 each.
You guys haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen the original Squid Games?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so
It doesn't matter.
There's this part where there's like a glass bridge, and there's like one like glass, and the other one's like what's the other like?
Just fake glass.
It's like fake glass. So then like you have to choose right or left, and there's like 20 tiles. So if you choose the fake glass, you fall and you die. So then like so then basically in this one they all came to agreement in like the game show one that they'll each take it, and it was like based on whatever number you were, like you picked numbers in the show, and then in the game show they like gave each other numbers, and it was like based off whatever number you were, that's the order you had to go. But they all made a decision, like as a group, to each person make one 50-50 chance. Like instead of some dude have to guess 20, one person guesses 50-50, the next person guesses 50-50, and they all just kind of overlap each other.
Yeah.
So everyone has one chance of doing a 50-50 shot, right?
But she stopped.
But then like the first couple guys go 1, 2, and 3, they fall, they eventually die, and then 4 he gets one right, and then the lady behind him won't go. So then he does another one, and she still won't go.
And he gets that right.
And then
too.
he gets the next one wrong, so he dies. He gets knocked out of the show. Then she goes, guesses right, and then makes the people behind her go.
In my mind,
So she
it's
doesn't
like,
even follow her own ideology of like, no, you're in front of me. She doesn't even follow that. Now she wants to go to the group, but all you have to do is just go one ahead and guess. You know what I'm saying? But instead, now, so I was like, instantly, I was like, I hope she gets knocked out.
I know, I didn't
bro.
want her to win.
And then she got knocked out, and I was like, thank God.
And I didn't. Honestly, who won? Who won at the end? It was
The
the Asian girl, right?
No, there's like the tall dude with the mustache, the black mustache,
Yeah, I
the dude
wasn't
with like the
planning on
long
watching
thin
it.
hair, like almost like my hair right now,
It's
and
fine.
then the girl.
No,
with-
who won the whole
Definitely.
thing?
Yeah,
was, but
those
it's
are the 3.
fine.
It was
Yeah.
the redhead girl,
No
the
spoiler
dude with
alert
like
either.
the
Yeah.
mustache,
I'm saying.
and he died at the dinner, and then it
I'm
was
definitely
her,
gonna have
and
to
then it
rewatch
was like the
it.
dude with like a short long
Definitely
hair,
gonna have to make
and he was
this
like a
thing.
nerd almost.
A lot of spoilers
And he
during
won?
this episode.
Oh,
Hmm
To be fair, this is the only
They were
one
doing
I
like the
said.
key, like the.
I don't remember.
Sure.
I don't remember. What were you guys saying?
Bro, I was saying a lot of spoilers given this episode.
If by the time you watch it, everything we're saying is gonna wash.
Yeah.
into
By the time
the
this,
space of your hippocampus.
honestly, Squid Game 2 might be out by the time this
It's
comes out.
okay.
So at that point, if you haven't watched the first season or the game,
Yeah, you
show,
should
then-
watch Squid Game.
But it's on. You have Netflix? It is good. It's very good.
Facts.
Watch the real show first though.
Yeah,
Have
definitely.
you seen it?
Mm.
It's
Damn.
very good. It's
What
very
What the
Watch
hell
it.
were
I
y'all
didn't want to
doing?
follow the hype.
It's in
Very like
It was a
Fair
little bit
enough.
of that. I was also
very
super
hipster when it
busy
comes to the hype train.
when it was first dropping.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So
I
was
used to
like,
be
alright,
like
when I
that,
have the
and
time to
now
just sit here and binge this.
whenever there's something that's super hyped up in the media, whatever, I actually check it out because I like to stay like in the know of what's going on, like where people's consciousnesses are at.
I usually wait. I usually find it at whatever time. I used to be like that. I don't rush to whatever, but then, eventually you watch, and then it was good. So it's like, it was a good show. It was like a unique idea that you hadn't seen before.
Yeah, it's pretty
Pretty
good.
good show.
You guys watch Queen's Gambit?
Yeah.
That's really good too. You
Yeah,
watched
Queen's
that?
Gambit's good.
It's like the chess one.
Did you watch
The
Queen's
go-to.
Gambit?
No.
Oh, that's why you're so bad at chess.
I watched that with my grandpa.
Oh,
Nice.
true.
Gambit, yeah.
Nice.
You watched it, Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I watched it when it first came out.
it's okay, buddy. You should watch it though. It's actually good.
No.
Yeah, your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
I'm
being
so
kind
hurt
of
about
mean.
the freaking set list.
I literally said nothing that wasn't true. You never brought a set list. I never turned you down. I said I never shut down your idea.
Why I'm pissy though is this on the podcast want to be like, oh well, what songs do y'all want to? I said it on the podcast, and that's why I'm not saying anything because I'm gonna go find it.
That's
I'm gonna
okay to
find
go.
it.
Yeah,
No,
but
you're
at the same okay.
You won't go.
I'm gonna
find
go
it.
find it.
When I at the
when
same
I go
time,
find it,
You
the
won't.
next week when the
that's
week
gonna be the
comes and
fattest
you don't.
fuck
$20
I've
you don't
ever
find
said.
it.
But yeah, but
No, I'm
also
not making
there's
it
no.
back, 'cause then
Where's
you can
the
easily just win it.
where's the
I'm
follow
already gonna
up?
go
Where's the
find it.
follow up? On the idea,
And
the,
I
the
literally
technical
said-
difficulties idea, I have followed up multiple times to follow up on progression because that's something that you said you're gonna take on. I said okay, and I followed up with you in the sense of blah blah blah. On my end on this, I'm doing what I said in that moment when that happened. I said what I'm gonna do the podcast, and I'm gonna do my album, and I'm gonna work on music video. That's what I said. So if someone else doesn't want to take on bring up a list to me where I got to practice these songs and then we're doing this and that, then that's not my fault.
Sorry.
So can't be mad at that.
Execution.
All I'm saying is the fact that we were comfortable answering it when Jason asked.
I literally didn't even answer it.
Well,
I never
I'm
answered it
just
once.
saying
I
we
never
should.
said any song that I think we should perform. I never brought it. I never responded at all. You're only getting butthurt because it's something that you want to do.
with him.
And it's backing. It's back. It's you gotta. At the end of the day, whatever you put in is what you get. So if you came
Ryan's
to
triggered
me,
by the amount of work he's done with this podcast.
what I'm thinking is that
Look at Eddie.
you
just
can't be
choosing-
mad if you didn't
Listen,
do
man.
anything. You can't be mad.
The chaos.
Like you brought it up. Yeah, I brought it up. But I brought up. We all bring up ideas. I brought up multiple times.
I could be
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? We brought
My
up.
butt.
There's so many ideas that have been brought up that we haven't fulfilled on. So you can't be mad at the one that might be of your idea that you brought up that didn't get that no one touched the snowballs. I've been trying to say all this for the whole time. So it's like in my mind, like there's many things that we need to be doing. And I don't think it's just the one thing. Yes, I want to do that, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I can do on a day-to-day when I'm just me around. I can edit the podcast. I can work on my album. That's what I can do. That's all I can do. I don't have the artistic ability to draw, to do the whatever, or I haven't spent the time to do the iPad to get the lines where I understand the program to do that. But once I do, I will. But for now, I can't do that. So I can't just turn around and get the nah idea out. I can't turn around and get that idea. I can't turn around and help Bree with the animal idea. I can't do any of that. I bought the pen. I can't do anything else besides help push the thing. But if 2 months go down the road and nothing's changed, that's not my fault. Because 2 months ago there was 2 podcasts out, 3 podcasts out, or whatever, 4. Now there's 15. In the next 2 months, all of them are going to be out. The album's going to be done, and that's going to be out. So that's what I've been doing. So I can't sit here and let the energy come at me like I said that this didn't happen. Like, no. At the end of the day, if you never came to me with a list and said, what do you think about these songs and blah, blah, and I never got the chance to respond to you about it or even think, okay, let me go and take this song, rap it to myself and think, is this a song right now? I never got the chance. So at the end of the day, just because you brought it up 2 months ago or whatever and then nothing else followed up, there's nothing I can do about that. So you can be mad at whatever. Don't direct it to the whole room. You know what I'm saying?
I directed it to him. I said blatantly.
Well,
to him.
there will be. Well, it's on
Y'all
camera.
don't listen to me. Yeah.
There's a lot of resentment going on right now.
All I'm saying is, I did
Canceled
listen.
Calvin compilation.
I
one of these
listened
days.
to you at the moment, and what I said is, I'm gonna do this. This is what I said, and I'm doing what I said I'm gonna do. That's it.
I don't understand why you feel like you got canceled.
Because y'all don't listen to me, and it's okay.
You don't
I
execute
know
on the
you're
idea.
this.
Where's
I
the
know,
where's
I
the
execute
execution?
on several ideas, and I
Where is
bring
it?
said executions.
Where is it?
And then it's okay because
Where
I
is it?
build on him and
Where
I
is
keep
it?
going.
Where is it? Where is it?
I had my set list. I have my set
Where
list.
is
I have
it?
a whole list.
Let's
in
see
the
it.
journal.
Show it right now.
I'm not gonna show me Sans.
I'm obviously
Exists.
joking about Sans. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
I'm not joking
Facts.
about the journal. I have a whole journal of things that I know I have to get done. I also wrote today
Yeah, okay.
my to-do
Respectfully,
list
because
of things
to me,
that
to
I need
be
to
honest,
continue to build
respectfully, because it really is none of my business. But you said you have a whole journal of whole things that you need to get done.
Yes.
So that's cool, but
That's
that's
fine.
not execution.
And in it, one of them is my take on a set list. But I also asked you guys just like you posed the question.
I'm pretty sure I said
I'm
a
waiting
song
on
that
that.
I liked. I like California to perform that. I think
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
And that's on. I told you.
So we
I-
need the list.
And I'm working, and same thing, Ryan. That's the reason I haven't brought it back up because it's also not on the top of my to-do list.
Fair.
And so when I think, that would be something dope that we could perform.
So what's
or
on the
when I
top of
think-
your list then?
for Ocean specifically?
Sure.
Actually, I can tell you it's the technical difficulties
So
Because
why don't
I've
we
been-
have it done?
because I haven't had time to go to my house today.
Doesn't need to be done until next week.
Yeah, okay, today. But when did we come up with this idea?
Dude, do you understand how many hours I work in a week? And I still do these things. So do understand the experience.
I
and
don't.
experience.
No, I don't.
And it's crazy too because I do want to end it with this because this was my topic that I haven't gotten to get out yet. Is intention worth more than perception? because
I don't know. I'm very much a results person.
Yeah,
In my
that's
mind,
fine.
and I don't mean this like, okay, if it was a deadline, which maybe the problem is there's no deadline. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we need a book of deadlines, and there's accountability for not hitting deadlines. Because in my mind, all those title cards, like if we needed a makeshift one, if you're like, yo, like I've missed 3 videos where I don't have a title card, I can make this. I promise you in 10 minutes on my phone.
1000%.
Yeah, but
So-
that's not what we're doing.
See,
We're not
yeah.
making a 10-minute little title card or whatever.
Exactly,
So
but-
the thing doesn't have to be done today. So the idea that I see now is progress from a week ago and the week before that.
Okay.
'Cause
So
I've
then
been
what's the
on
problem?
record,
I don't
I've
understand
been
what the
tweaking
problem
my-
is then.
There isn't a problem.
Like I said, the
I'll-
problem is there's a lot of resentment in this
My,
one
the,
right
only thing
now.
the only thing I was saying
Go
was
back to quiet.
the only person that can be mad at the
Lack of
results or the
resentment doesn't solve
or lack of results is if you didn't do enough effort to make the results happen. That's
and
it.
And
And
that
then maybe
is
you
why I'm
didn't-
only salty.
So so that's it. So
Yeah.
it's like if you would have came to me and shown me a set list 2 weeks ago and I said nothing to you, then you would have every right
yeah,
to be like
100%.
whatever. But it's just like I said that I want to do this, and 2 weeks later I want to make more music videos. No music videos will come out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that doesn't. But I can't. I'm not just gonna go make one my whatever. I could. I put out the.
I did say that I will participate, but I'm not right. I don't want to write. I mean, maybe I'll write. I wrote the
Yeah, but at the same
Pokemon
time, it's
one.
like okay, you don't want to write. So when I get the time to do it, I'll do it. But if you're not gonna put any energy towards it, then it's only one way it's gonna come.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Get the
but you
time
did-
for
but
me.
you just
Getting
brought
the
up-
time is weird.
But you just
That's
brought up
weird to me because-
you just brought up the Pokemon idea.
Yeah.
So that is an idea. And my response was, I'm down to do anything that resolves around music videos
I'll-
being released.
I will buy the
I'm down with that.
onesies. You just each give me like $30, whatever it is, $32. Just give me the money and I'll buy it. And the rest of it, that's it. I'll buy them and I'll be like, okay, now when can everyone get together to shoot? And I'll take care of the rest. That's all. And if Bree said something about the camera, so if she's gonna get a nice camera, then I am cool just to wait. I still want to buy them now because it seems like there's a deal, and I'd rather just have it than to not have it.
Agreed.
But that's as simple as that for me. But I mean, we need deadlines. That's really what it is. We need a book. We need a book that has the deadlines. And if something, because if the thing that Ryan wants you to make, whatever the little title cards, don't matter for time, then it doesn't. I don't give a fuck at all. Like it doesn't matter. There's no point. Like there's no point. Like you don't have time, so who cares? Do it when you need it. But
See, but that is the thing. In
So,
it.
okay,
You
let me tell you
always
this.
have the time.
exactly, that's my point though.
And but I also have said several times, including on the podcast, I had other shit to wrap up.
Yeah, fair enough.
And now is the first time I've ever felt in the situation and position. I literally was talking to somebody at bowling right before I came here about how I'm so glad I finally got to throw
Okay.
down a to-do list. Because the amount of time that I had time, and I had to either just play a game on my phone to focus on keeping my mental stability in check and waste time
Okay.
to get back to the situation where
Two things.
I'm having no. Let me finish my one.
Okay.
It is a matter of utilizing that time. And so in the same point, like I was about to go into with the set list, I completely agree with Ryan because now for your set list, when you bring me that list of songs, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that's on mine. Cool. Like I'm with you on those. I didn't even think about this one or I don't like this one. Like we're going to have a conversation about it.
Fair.
Because I put in my itty bitty bit of time. And whatever time you bring to the table, now we have this heading towards
Yeah, if
that
we're all
direction.
interested in doing it, essentially. Yeah.
And so it is also a matter of, just like Ryan was saying, it's a matter of what do we want to see out of it.
Okay, so then in my mind, like for all of us, everyone is living life and having shit to do. But there is so much, like it depends on you only have as much time as you're scheduled and as much time as you're willing to stretch. Simple as that. Because if you're willing to stretch it and you're willing to give up an hour of sleep, you have an hour.
See, you guys also got to remember that hour is the drive home. Cause
That's scheduled.
I
don't mean that. I mean the hour you're willing to stretch.
No,
Are you
but
willing to get
that's-
up early? Are you willing? I got work tomorrow, but I got to mix this. The rest I got to finish mixing this album. Am I willing to? I got to be up at 7.
When I go home, I'm finishing the technical difficulties. I said this.
Okay, I'm just saying. That's the point. Is that in my I'll use myself as an example.
Can I have your ribeye?
Yeah, you can have it. Giving away steak.
Stole your whole lunch.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Give me your lunch money.
And my dinner was trash too, so
But
it's unfortunate. It's like that. Like I have to be up at 7, but I can go back to bed after like 8:30. But do I give up sleep to mix the album, or do I go to bed?
It depends.
And
on
The point is that it's your choice. Like you only have time if you make time. There is no time. There's no time for any of this. There's no time for the podcast. There's no time for music. There's no time for music videos. There's no time for any of that. There's no time for any of this.
I think I'm sitting here.
The point being is you have to make it.
Yes.
So I hear you, and I won't discredit what you do in your day-to-day life because that's you. But there is no time. There's no time. So what I'm saying, you got to finish. I'm gonna finish. Is if you want it, you have to go get it.
Yeah.
Period. There's no time. There's no like, oh, I didn't get to it. If you want to get to it, get to it. Now, if it comes down to like shit that we have to do together, like if I'm like, I get the onesies, I'm like, I need everyone here for the video, then there's nothing I can do about that. But if my whole list is full of stuff that I need everybody for, I'm failing. Because you need some shit that you can do that nobody else, you don't need anybody else. If they're there, great. If not, cool. But you have to have those things in your own space. Because if you don't, you can only progress when somebody's next to you. That's not free. I require Eddie in order for me. If I'm gonna only stream when I'm playing Pokemon, if Eddie's there to play with me, then I require Eddie for that. That's a burden I've placed upon Eddie now. To get my shit done, I need Eddie. That's a burden I've made your burden, which was mine. It's not fair. That's not your burden. Not in a bad way, because I like to do it, whatever. But if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not doing it. The game that I'm working on, I don't require anybody. I just go do it when I want to do it, or I don't when I don't.
See, that's my point. Like if I were asked to have a performance tomorrow, I have up to 10 minutes. And I thoroughly thought about that 10 minutes, thought about the order of that 10 minutes. I could go up on that stage and do it solo. But that's also why I threw out the question. That's why I have my concepts of what my portion of what I want to contribute towards the group.
Yeah.
Because like you said, that is something I need everybody in on. Because I don't want to make a set list, do the choreography, take the time I do have, and could be doing something.
Yeah, but all those are all steps, right? You could come up with a set list and send it in the chat.
And so, but that's my point, though. And
then we all look at it.
I'm not dying on the hill of the set list. Like I said, I'm really not upset about the set list. It's just one of those, like, oh, Jason says it.
No, I'm just saying the point. The point for me is, like, it can get done. Like, if you want to perform, and because you were saying it before anybody. You were like, yo, we should perform.
Calvin did say it before I did.
I was the one that got him to say it louder.
So in that space, if you want to perform, find us a show.
Yeah.
Simple. And I don't mean that hypothetically. I mean literally, like, I know a place. If I wanted us to perform, I would find the place and be like, hey, we're performing here at this time. Be there. Period. If I was like that adamant about the performance. So in any regard, whatever it is, if you're that adamant about it, just make it happen.
Obviously.
And that's that.
And there's several things I have, and there's several things I'm going to, and there's several things we're just not there for.
I just feel like in my space, there's no room to complain. I don't think anyone has the right to complain.
No, everyone has the right to complain. There's no room to force somebody else to listen. And that's why even now,
semantics.
I'm not forcing you. No, there's a difference.
No, I still don't think anyone has the right to complain.
No.
Like, who are you to complain?
The Bible said Jesus complained. Lord, why have you forsaken me? That trumps everything.
But it's a difference.
There is always the right to complain. Because shit we go through is hard, dog.
Yeah, but why complain
doing
about
this,
it?
driving home, it's hard. And yeah, why complain about it? That's the motto I have to live by, or else I will actively drive my car off of.
I don't agree.
I'll set a road.
It's two things, bro. Because if you have a problem with it, you better do something about it. If you're doing something about it,
but
the only reason you complain is because nobody else does.
If you're not complaining about it, how do you know you're actually facing your problem? Because if I sit here, if I really did have an issue with the set list, right? And I really felt passionate about that. And I really felt like our chance to have the biggest show that we're ever going to have in the next 2 years, if we don't have the show, is in a week. And I'm sitting here just griping, seething in quiet resentment, and I'm not complaining about it, then I'm not going to drive myself to do anything. Now, I will agree, complaining without action is a very different story.
Yeah. That's what I'm not. I mean, I don't know.
That is a very different story. But nowhere in this have I said I'm not going to take action on the things that I am genuinely complaining about.
I always say I'm about the results. Like, if I see the results, then respect. But if I don't see the results, then all I hear is, him been saying we need this, you saying you're gonna do it, and then what are we like 2 months later? We don't have.
See,
a
but
little
you
title
also weren't
card?
here at the start when I showed him the rough draft.
Yeah,
that
that's
I
true.
said I was gonna have done by today.
Yeah, but I haven't. You're right. I didn't see that.
And so but that's
But I'm
my
not
point.
criticizing you.
I'm putting the things in because I also have amongst the technical difficulties, I also have a rough draft for the low tide idea. And then Eddie just dropped the nugget. That's the reason I grabbed my phone and jotted it down, because when he dropped the nugget, we need a spoiler alert, especially because there were two big ones on this one.
Yeah.
So now by the time and that's what I was gonna interject with and ask him, and I remembered he already said 16. I was gonna ask him, all right, how long do I have before this one, so I can have the spoiler alert? Because those matter to me. Because when I watch podcasts, I love it when they have specific infographics. That's the word I've been looking for all freaking day.
Oh, also, side note, we should actually move the podcast, because if we're gonna continue to do it here, when the baby's born, it's too loud.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to move it over there.
Any day you want to go to Home Depot and go get the things, I'm down.
I don't know. I'm down to
I'm gonna
go.
be the one to.
I will buy it. I don't know what it is. I wasn't here when you put it up.
It's the brackets.
I don't know what that is. So I will go with somebody who knows what it
Were they
is,
spacers or whatever?
and I will buy it.
Okay, well, we can
Yeah,
go to
we'll
Home
make
Depot
that happen.
sometime soon.
I do agree that
We can go Sunday
need,
morning before the football game if you want.
And I had this thought process talking to.
What time is Super Bowl?
6:30.
6:30.
Yeah.
So we probably should be at your mom's before then.
Shout out my mom. She's a real one.
Also to know.
Invited everybody else before she invited me.
She actually asked me to invite you. She's like, "Can you invite Calvin?"
We
I
also
was like,
have,
"Yeah, I'll let him
like,
know."
two
I was like, "I won't
scenes.
invite him. I'll tell him that's what we're doing."
like 2 shots to shoot for the Hard Jumo video that we never did.
Yeah, we got to finish that.
So
But
We gotta capitalize on the idea for Close the Door.
I don't know. To sum it all up, like in my opinion, it just comes down to like if you want videos but there's no camera in your hand, then what you're saying about it doesn't mean
yeah, what would
anything
you
to
film
me.
the trees?
No, but
know what I'm saying?
that's an excuse. It's an
But
excuse.
the 2 shots that we need for the Hard Jumo is us walking together and you getting grabbed in the car. None of those require just me.
So, but where is
And
the?
I do what is just required. Every podcast comes out. It's going to come out. That's what I do. And I'm working on the album in between. You're working on the album in between. I want more music videos, but not enough now. Once I'm caught up on the podcast, once my album's done, and I think about the songs and I think about the idea, I have ideas. But from what I've heard is that I'm gonna be the one thinking of the ideas. So I'm gonna, once they come to me, then I'll write them out and blah blah blah. That's it. I also want to write down the movie idea, and I said, but I haven't come to you at a time where like, yo, let's do it now. So I'm not ready to do it now. But it's just a thought. I just throw it out when I think of it.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
that's the
saying?
point. But what I'm saying is like if you're like, I mean, I don't work 7 days a week. Like I work 5.
I do think that we should have more music videos. Am I gonna do the effort right now to make a music video come out next week? Probably not. I'm gonna make sure the podcast come out. If we are all on the vibe of the music videos, you brought the Pokemon idea. I'm down. I'll show up. I'm down to record where I need to record. I'm down to hold the camera. I'm down to be on the camera. Whatever needs to happen. That's how I feel. But at the same time, if I'm gonna do a music video, I'm gonna go look at one of my songs. I'm gonna go do a video for it. But for now, I don't have the drive to go do that because I know I'm gonna be in that space. But I'd rather catch up on all the podcasts, all the editing, get the ideas in there, so I don't have to spend hours doing it. I can just, because right now I'm in a flow where I can edit the podcast fairly quickly. But the next few are gonna have edits in them, so I have to spend time doing that. And then once I'm through all that, and once the album's done, then now my time is way different. I have different things I want to do.
I just feel like it's opening the space. Like I think the only difference is like, and you'll make the joke, but I use the chat and I throw ideas in there. Mm-hmm. And then like if someone wants to grab one of them, they grab one. Like when I made the animal idea, Bree liked the idea and she grabbed it and she did some shit for it. Did she finish? No, but that's my fault because I didn't say, hey, where's this? I need this for this. I need this for this because I don't need it. But that was a basis idea. I like where she went with it. We can use that later, right? If you want something to happen, say, hey, I want to shoot a music video this week. I said this before.
Yeah, I have, but I'm not crying about I'm not saying it. I didn't come on the podcast saying we need to do
This is what
videos.
it seems like it is. You're upset about the videos and you're upset about the
No.
card.
I'm
And I'm looking at you like there's no
You're not
videos
listening to
or
what's
no
going on.
card.
And everybody has resentment.
No.
I just
No,
don't
but
get
it's
why
upset.
it feels like, and I'm respectfully, it feels like both of y'all are bent out of shape about those
No.
things.
All I said,
Am I wrong?
I got
Am
all.
I tripping?
I only get. Yes, you are. I only got frustrated when you
Well,
brought
why?
up the thing, and then he got butthurt about it, and all I really said was that if you are looking at the results and you don't like what they are, and you didn't put in the effort to make them better, that's on you. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. If I wanted more music videos out at this moment, there would be them
But
out
who
right
are you
now.
saying it to?
I
agree.
Them.
Yes, this is I'm not.
We have these conversations. The point of this is to show them it.
I don't know. I still don't get it because like I don't know. Yeah.
Jason feels attacked.
No, I don't. I really just don't understand. I don't know. I just feel like if it's an issue, if you feel so strongly about it, then it should be done.
I think we just need to
Agreed, and I do
make a song about how we're using these strong emotions.
Hey, he's like, let's let emotions. Let's just emotion, guys.
It's just emotion.
Just email it, bruh.
Let's email it. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Maybe I'm just missing something.
I only took half of it.
Oh, thanks. You cooked me that?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna eat right now.
I just put it there.
It's on the ground.
So the ants can get it.
The sands will eat
The
it.
sands are going to eat it.
That looks delicious.
Oh man.
My dinner was trash too. So
Yeah, no, but there's a lot, especially, and I was gonna throw this out too, and you also touched on it.
I might be the antagonist.
I feel like the running theme here though is having.
That wasn't a head nod for you. I was just thinking of something else in my head. I was
Yeah,
like,
he's
what's
like,
another word
yeah.
for antagonist?
Antagonist.
Sant.
But the running theme. The running theme here is
That's funny.
we need a like doc or cloud, whatever it may be, but we need physical these things.
I think we should just get a book, like one
because,
big
yeah,
book.
even that, because I noticed, like I mentioned today, everything there was just so much that I constantly was in this state.
Like I'll buy one right now.
Causing anxiety within me of like, crap, what am I supposed to be doing? All right, I gotta do this. And sitting there going through that list in my brain was so much more overwhelming than all of the things I actually had to do. Like, case in point, I worked on, in the hour that I usually just kind of sit in my car idly, try to woosah for a minute, I dedicated to work today. That's why I got my rough draft finally out of my brain. Now that I've seen it, I know I'm going to bust that out in a couple minutes because I know exactly what I want it to look like. And so now it's not the question, all right, well, what if I do this? I see it. And I see it in the rough draft. So that final product's not far behind because it also helps spark ambition seeing that on my list. Like, why is this still on my list? Well, it's still on my list because all these other things are floating in my brain and I can't just knock that out. It's the same thing. I just watched this thing on, it was actually one of the like YouTube commercials that talk about removing your debt. Find the smallest one. Pay off the smallest one. Because then that's one less thing getting interest. And it's the same thing in your brain. You only have so many cortexes that can ping at once. Take the smallest one, knock it out. Like Ryan said, he's in his groove on the podcast. So he's staying in his groove because that's going to be the quickest thing he can knock out, catch up on. Album, same way. And then, like he said, his time's entirely different. And, like, even today, like, I switched my time today. Instead of just sitting there, and there's a website I'm working on for somebody else, and I was able to actually make headway towards that today, too.
Working on an episode for somebody else?
Yes, I was.
Were you gonna work on ours?
Yeah, but
The fuck.
she has the list of information I asked for, and the example websites, and I also do need practice. So by the time I finish hers, I'll be in my groove, and my time will be different. But I had to write it out. And even our website can go on my list. So I can make sure
You should look at it. I did a pretty good job. Just before you. Oh,
I have.
no.
It's not bad. And that's why I didn't feel like it was important because it's
Oh,
not
y'all
bad.
be-
It's just
I
a
actually
little-
I actually made the
Really, all three
website
of y'all.
legally like what it needed to be legally. Like I was talking to the lawyer.
I wasn't beat
And he's
until
like,
I
this is what you
pulled
need
it
to do.
down.
And I did that.
Nice.
No,
So
that
we'll
was
Doesn't
we'll-
matter
we'll
when
go
you
over
weren't
that
or
as well, 'cause
weren't.
I don't know that.
The point is that at this moment,
You are beat.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say we should call it because
beat.
We're all beat over here, and it's
I'm
late.
not beat.
But
You guys are beat? I worked all
takeaway
day.
here-
How are you beat?
takeaway here is for
I worked
both-
all day too. What you mean?
How many hours you work?
Woke up at 7 and I got home at 6:30.
Yeah, I left the house at.
Fair enough.
I left the house at 7:45 today, and I haven't been home yet.
I worked 10 hours, so.
And the
Guess I'm not as
usual.
hard a worker as you, Eddie.
I wasn't comparing numbers.
But the takeaway here is write it down, focus on it, knock one thing out at a time. The things you care about will get done.
Takeaway for me is execution. I just ordered the planner.
Yeah, so
That's all it is.
I was
I
thinking
just
about
want
it
to see
today, too, 'cause
results.
I gotta get a lot of
Takeaway
it,
for me
personal
is
planners
that
and calendars.
everybody here was having a dick showing contest, and we couldn't decide who won.
No, that's not
It
true.
wasn't really a dick showing.
I didn't say
It was
anything.
more-
I didn't say I did
It was
anything.
more like
I
the
did not state one
the
accomplishment.
scruff
Actually,
of
I
hair
didn't
be
say
above
that.
your
Yeah,
neck.
yeah, like, well, my happy trail's sticking.
Yeah. I have 0.2 for it. I
Ryan,
have 1,000.
Ryan was like, I'm over all y'all. I shaved, so.
6,025,300 cubics. I just think you guys are
This
beat.
has been
That's my final
Ocean
thing.
Waves.
Episode
24.
24.
Big 24.
There's more Ocean Wave episodes than years in my life.
Next one will be funnier.
How old are you again? You're a fucking child.
I'm 13 years old.
And you touched it.
You guys are-
but the next one will be funnier.
I hope so. This
I
one's
thought it
pretty
was
funny.
I thought it was pretty funny. No, I didn't think it was funny.
I thought I was hilarious.
I thought you guys were annoying.
You
You
know what?
annoyed me.
Nobody? You know what's funnier than 24?
25.
The next one will be funnier.
Do you think so?
Thank you for tuning in. I've been Calvino.
I know, I
will
made that
always be
joke.
Calvino.
Like every single podcast leading up to this summit.
That's what I was
just,
looking
like, missed it.
I was
couldn't believe
actually
that.
quietly seething with resentment.
It seemed like a lot of that was going on.
A lot of, there was a loud resentment today. It wasn't quiet.
It wasn't
That was
quiet
the
at
first
all. It
bit
was
of
loud.
resentment I had. I know
I
my
just-
priorities. I actually got them together for once in my life. So
Calvin said, "Let me get my
I'm
priorities
confident.
together so I can have resentment loud today."
I think it's this. It's. I made the joke. Actually, it was perfect because Eddie made the joke. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on the hunger strike," and it's like it's the point of you, like you. And I don't know where everyone is mentally, but like eventually, and maybe not, but I think so for every single one of us here. Eventually, you will get that desperate.
See, no,
Where not saying the hunger strike, but where it means that much to you that there is no other options.
my issue is I've been starving without the strike. and I came to realize this
Get you a
last
burger,
weekend.
cuz.
Yeah.
Get you a burger.
And I came to realize this last weekend, and I did get my burger, and that's what this week is, and that's the reason. Like I said, I know my priorities for once in my life, and I actually have them written out, blatant, and I'm finally getting done everything. And it really was a decision. I made the decision that I'm gonna get everything done, because there is time. I'm making the time.
You just gotta. I think we all have to understand that even though we're all here doing this thing together, the route that we all took to get here for every single one of us is completely different.
Mhm.
Like I've been doing this for 10 years. Think about yourself 10 years ago. You were what, 13? Actually 13.
Actually, 13.
So in my stance, and when I say whatever, I want the results, is because I've been doing this for 10 years. Where I was like, I want, just show me the result, bro. Like I'm down for the idea. I don't give a fuck what the idea is. If it's cool, if you like it, I love it. Just show me the results. That's it. Say if you have a music video, you want to do videos. When do I need to be there? I'll write. I'll contribute. That's the point. I don't want.
No, because this is where it all started with the music video thing.
Why can't we just end it? Just let us
Because
end it.
the last time we got brought up, your statement was, I don't want to write. Just like that statement, show up when it's ready. I'll show up and I'll be there.
Yeah.
So I haven't brought up the music video thing in months. I haven't said. All I'm saying when we bring up ideas about how do we think we can better. How do we get more listeners? How do we get? My opinion is that we need more music videos. But right now on my plate, I have more on my plate that I'm gonna do the podcast and I'm working on my album first. And once those things are done, then I'm gonna do the videos. So if no one else thinks of an idea in between that and no one else does it, then there's gonna be no music videos. And then until I get to that point. That's all I'm saying.
I did bring up the Pokemon one for the record today.
I know. I said, but that's now. But we're talking about 2 months ago. That's what we're talking
No, I
about.
didn't care about
we were
music
talking
video
about
2 months
10
ago.
years.
Exactly.
Yeah, 10 years. I'm just saying. I'm at the point now. It's like I'm really just like I would rather just be like whatever you come up with the set list. Like honestly, it's 2 songs. Like we just need 2-3 songs.
And also, just stating for the record,
Which one's first?
I did say if you give me the songs, I'll do choreography.
Like-
that was the role
Yeah, I
I
remember
wanted
you
to
saying
take within the set list.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
do
But if
choreography
we're just gonna
and
do an open mic, and I know a spot we can
for
go to,
stage.
then we'll do 2 or 3 songs. I'm down to do Close the Door if you want to do that. We don't have to do California. I think it's just a catchy song.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to get people's attention. And then third to that, I don't know, One Taste. Or we can do something that's more everyone oriented, like Brainstorm. Brainstorm would be fun because it's high energy. If that's what we want to do,
Brainstorm, I do definitely think, and like every time I've ever written out that list, Brainstorm's like the punch.
yeah, because it's very high energy.
Yeah.
And then I would be down. I'm more down to like I can look if the place works because I haven't been there in a while, and then just go up and just go do a show like if you guys want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to actually beforehand we have to get in here. We have to memorize our parts without the words in the back of the instrumental, so that we can perform live and not over a backtrack.
All the places that I did like ask, because I have asked any place I saw sign-ups for of asking questions, and none of them have been places that I'm like, all right, you're already. Like,
It's all whack. It's all whack.
Yeah.
And trust me, all these open mic places are all whack.
but like so they're not 4 because I didn't go ask the 4th because I didn't like the spot. But there are 3 different places that I did like, hey, what does this look like? Blah blah blah. And all 3 were like, oh yeah, it's at least this much, and if you have a following of this, then it's only costs this much. And I was just like, all right.
There's places we can go for free.
Yeah, that's
But I promise, like if we do, in my opinion, for me, when we go perform, for me, it's strictly about like, I'm just gonna go do this thing for fun. Because trust me, it's like, I mean, we could probably bring a crowd out, which would be better than it was when I was performing before. But these people don't care about the music. That's it. They don't care. So we have to either go make them care or just go have fun. Either one.
Yeah. But I have been,
Or both.
will always be, and enjoy.
Eddie, how you gonna make them care, dude?
Man, you know how you make them care?
How?
You get all the people in the world. Get yourself a bag of weed. Bag of weed. Everything you matter with a bag of weed.
Emo.
Alright, well.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, that's probably a better solution than. Alright. I don't know.
I was,
We need a
I
plan.
am, will be, Dwin the Kin. What's good?
You haven't been then. You said you am and you will be, but you haven't been.
Indigo Ride the
Alright.
Navigator. Episode 24.
I am and will be.
Ocean Waves.
It doesn't say have been again. Oh my god. This was the worst podcast I've been a part of.
Next one will be
I'm
20.
just kidding. I had a great time actually, despite all the things. I just bought a planner. I'm down to writing a planner if you want serious
We have to.
deadlines.
We have to. Like I said, I know I need 2 calendars and 3 planners. I did a lot of soul searching.
Heard that's
So,
lit. Well, I'm
I
gonna get
know
one
you two
OOA,
guys.
like the official book,
Yeah.
like the one that has a
The
stamp
Black
on it.
Book.
The black book. It's actually dark blue, but it was that green or
Blue
pink.
book.
The blue book.
Pink
Should've gone
book.
green. Why would you
No,
not go
it
green?
didn't look good. It was a bad green.
It's a bad pink.
It was a good pink, but it wouldn't. It looked like it wouldn't look official. This looks official. This looks like when you walk into the office, you know what to steal, and it's that. And that's how I knew it was the one. It's worth stealing. If it's not worth stealing,
us today.
It wasn't worth it.
If you
Not worth it.
joined us all the way to the end, comment down below how you felt.
it's gonna be like these guys are
Do
unstable.
you think
like their mics?
that we were seething? Do you think that we were resentful? Let me know.
Should we
Ryan-
hunger strike?
Actually,
Ryan
very
is still
curious.
seeing the fire there over there.
I'm good.
Should we hunger strike?
Should we hunger strike?
Once you guys get to the hunger strike level, I'm ready. I'm sitting at the hunger strike level, meditating, waiting for you guys.
Let us know what our last meals before the hunger strike should be.
Because look, if I hunger strike by myself, I won't succeed. It's like a pawn. This will be me, ready to get destroyed. But if we go hunger strike, then we made it across the board.
Well, I only eat once a
Matt
day right now
Cream's
anyway, so
Alright.
Well, that's not good enough.
that's all I can afford.
Alright. I had a blast.
I did too.
I also had a blast.
Ready to hit the
Especially anyone who watched or will watch in the future.
Yes.
Ocean Waves 24.
And who has watched it and they're back for a second one.
So years from now,
Or
when they all
multiple.
think, oh, they always get along.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
I think we got along pretty well.
They always get along. Somebody's gonna clip this.